Lionesses substitutes are out with their arms around each other, and of course amongst them is Jess Carter. As we get underway, Italy playing from right to left in their all light green kit, the Lionesses all in the black kit with the blue numbers. So, at stake, a place in the final of Euro 2025 as the Lionesses look to reach their third major tournament final in a row under Sarina Wiegman. She would become, as well, only the second manager in Women's Euros history herself to reach 3 Euros finals in a row. She won in 2017 with the Netherlands, she won in 2022 with England. Can she take the Lionesses to that showpiece in Basel on Sunday? It's England in possession, playing from left to right in this first half as Lauren Hemp races down the left-hand side. Salvi is across quickly to clear away for Italy, and it's a throw to England deep in Italian territory. England with Hampton in goal. The back four, Bronze, Williamson, Morgan and Greenwood. Walsh and Stanway ahead of them, with James, Toon and Hemp supporting Russo up top as England's have possession over on that far side, down by the corner flag. They've won another throw deep in Italy territory, and this start, Karen Barzi, is so key because Italy have started so well in every single game in this tournament. In fact, they've scored the opening goal in every game that they played at these Euros as the ball is played into the area. Lucy Bronze is in there, it's headed away by Linari, helped away further by Bonansea, and then Lauren Hemp won't keep that in on the byline, and it goes out to play for an Italy goal kick. But you can see what England were trying to do there, counter the fast Italy start and put in a quick start of their own, just as they did against the Netherlands in the group stage.
Yeah, and Spain as well. You could see, they started out with real intensity, the Italians, but straight away directness from Lauren Hemp to try to isolate Italy's right back. And you can see just Lucy Bronze getting forward, trying to isolate Italy's right back as well. Left back.
So headed on by Cristiana Girelli, Italy's captain, who has scored 3 goals here, and in fact all at this very stadium. 2 crucial goals as they won the quarter-final against Norway, and also in the group stage against Portugal, as Italy win a throw over on the far side midway through the England half, playing in the light green shirts and shorts with the white socks. And Sofia Cantore is over on that far side. She's well marshalled by Alex Greenwood, and it's picked up on the right-hand side by Italy once more, and they'll work it back to Cecilia Salvi. As we expect, they are starting with this back 3, which will drop into a back 5 when they're under pressure from England. It's Linari crossfield pass, it was a little bit loose and goes straight out of play for an England throw. So Italy with Giuliani in goal, the back 5 of Oliviero, Lenzini, Salvi, Linari and Guglielmo. Ahead of them Cantore, Caruso, Giuliano, Bonansea, supporting Cristiana Girelli, Juventus forwards, top scorer in the Italian top flight this season up front. And she is so proficient in the air as well, scored more headed goals than any other player in Europe's top 5 leagues this season. So the threat is clear. Can England stop it? At the moment they're stopping Italy having possession. Down the left hand side they go again, looking for the outlet of Lauren Hemp, but a little bit too much on it that time, and Salvi will be able to shepherd behind. We've played 3.5 minutes and it's goalless in this semi-final.
England are targeting Oliviero, Italy's right back. She's really aggressive, trying to get up the pitch, and you can see immediately that switch from England's right to left, getting the ball to Alex Greenwood and trying to really give Lauren Hemp some space to run into. And so far, I think Oliviero has found herself really struggling to keep up with the pace of Lauren Hemp.
So Italy's goal kick, they play it short once again. And now forward towards the halfway line, touch for Girelli, looking for Cantore. It's cleared away by England, almost picked up by Italy in the centre circle. Girelli tumbles, but no free kick given by our Croatian referee Ivana Martincic. Out to the right-hand side, England go with Lauren James, who rolls it back to Leah Williamson. So big, Karen, that she did recover from that ankle injury that forced her off in extra time against Sweden.
Yeah, really well recovered. She was gonna be a big miss, and I think she's determined, obviously, to put herself into this game, give herself the best opportunity to lead the Lionesses into match 31.
Here goes England down the left-hand side. Hemp loses out, but it comes straight back out to Alex Greenwood. This is a good start from the defending European champions. Here is Kira Walsh, left-hand side, midway through the Italian half, plays it forward to Hemp, who's really been the outlet for the Lionesses so far. Greenwood picks it up, and now Lauren James, she was brought down there by the experienced Barbara Bonansea, but up to her feet quickly, and the referee allows play to continue. Here is Lucy Bronze, the heroine of that penalty shootout, as she clears the ball out of play off Barbara Bonansea, and it bounces off the Italy manager Andrea Sonchin. Been in charge for almost 2 years now. Has a hugely experienced career as a player, former striker, 22 years he played for, over 500 appearances, 150 goals, some of those coming in Serie A as well, so played at the very top level in Italy. As the foul is given against Alessia Russo, Barbara Bonansea going down, and England concede the free kick midway through the Italy half on the left-hand side. Karen Bardsley.
Just enjoying watching some of the movement off the ball. You know, when England are in possession, Ella Toone tries to get in the last line of that Italian defence alongside Alessia Russo, and if it's not Ella Toone, it's going to be Lauren James that kind of moves inside Alessia Russo. So perhaps like some lessons learned in terms of occupying centre backs.
Out to the right-hand side go Italy. Here is Salvi, their centre half, plays the ball forward, but it's intercepted by Georgia Stanway, and she plays it forward, and Ella Toone could be in here. It's good covering by Linari, gets the first touch and then makes the sliding challenge to steer the ball away from Lauren Hemp as well. Ball goes out of play, they're all appealing for it, and it's gone out of play for an England throw. This is a really bright start from the Lionesses. Serena Wiegmann warned before this game complacency would be our biggest mistake, and there's no hint of that here against the dark horses of this tournament, Italy.
No, Georgia Stanway talked about being front foot, and that's a perfect example.
So England coming down the left-hand side. Good defending by Italy, down by that corner flag, but Lauren Hemp is proving a real handful in these early stages. It took 2 light green shirts around her there. They did manage to win possession, but they conceded another throw over on the far side as the Lionesses look to capitalise on this bright start. Ball is back with Esme Morgan. Hasn't had too many touches so far. She the one change coming in for Jess Carter. Out to the right-hand side now, and Lucy Bronze will pick it up and send it forward, but Lauren James just slightly not on the same wavelength there, and the pass from Bronze goes straight out of play for a throw to Italy, which will be taken on this near side by Linari as Sonchin, the Italy manager, watches on the edge of his dotted technical area. Said there, qualification for the quarterfinals was the best moment of his life. Really is a strong advocate these days for women's football, and admits himself that, you know, that there are still many stereotypes to combat in Italy, and he was coming from that sort of position before getting involved with the Italian national side. But they conceded a throw here, and Lauren James has the ball deep in Italy territory, ready to take this throw. In fact, she'll leave it for Lucy Bronze. England attacking the goal, behind which the Italian fans waving their blue balloons currently are camped, making their voices heard. They've had good support here at Stade de Genève, here in Geneva in Switzerland, as Leah Williamson has the ball on halfway, dinks it forward, looking for the run of Alessia Russo. It's cleared away again by Italy, and Bonansea then was caught by Lucy Bronze. Oh no, it's gone the other way. That's interesting. Free kick to England, right-hand side. The Italian players are furious. This is midway through the Italy half. Now, well, Bonansea was the player who went down, coming together with Lucy Bronze, but Bonansea did a couple of rolls, and it looked as though it was going to go the other way, and the free kick's gone the way of, well, indeed, what has happened. Initially, it looked as though the referee had gestured for a free kick to England, and now instead, the decision seems to have gone Italy's way. Well, I think we've got to the right decision, Karen, but a little bit of confusing officiating there, shall we say?
No, ultimately, I think she's made the right decision, but just so shows the intention of Lucy Bronze, you know, continuing where she left off against Sweden.
I was going to say, having seen the replay, had that been an England free kick, it would have been a travesty from an Italian perspective, but it's not. And Italy are in possession over on this left-hand side. Here's Linari, sends it over the top, looking for the run of Bonansea. Hampton out quickly and allow the ball to go back inside a penalty area, closed down by Sofia Cantore, but does well. Where should we go next on 5 Live this evening? Let's head to the cricket. Emily Windsor.
Yeah, England have just lost another wicket. Sophie Ecclestone's gone. England require another 52 off 22 deliveries. So India in command and are likely to win this series decider.
And here in Geneva, it remains goalless in this Women's Euro semi-final with 9.5 minutes gone as the strains of Sweet Caroline ring around the stadium here. And the sky darkens to a deeper blue above us. We can just see the tops of the hills that surround Geneva peeping out above the roof of the stadium, just above the floodlights in the distance, and the mountains that nestle on the edge of Lake Geneva. Now Serena Wiegmann watches on from inside her technical area. Italy with the free kick midway inside their own half. They have weathered this early England storm. No real saves for their number one Laura Giuliani to make, but England still enjoying the bulk of possession. And Lauren Hemp again, who's had such a lively start to this game, has it down the left-hand side, and she'll get it back from Georgia Stanway. Here goes Hemp. Russo's in the centre. Hemp's delivery in. It falls to James. Meets it beautifully on the penalty spot, but the effort is straight at Giuliani. But the connection that she got on that Lauren James was absolutely beautiful. It's a brilliant run from Hemp down this left-hand side. James arriving, just drifting away, and with the outside of her right boot, flicks it almost nonchalantly towards goal. It is straight down the throat of Giuliani, but it's a good England move and almost a beautiful, beautiful finish from James.
Half chances can pay off from the likes of Lauren James, but really, really well worked on that left-hand side for England. Struggling is Lenzini on that opposite side alongside Oliviero as well.
Yeah, she's in possession now. She's part of this back three that Italy have reverted to. As we said earlier, it did serve them well in the group stage against Spain. They played a 4 against Norway and were really able to get at Norway's fullbacks. They might be able to get at England's fullbacks here. Here's Girelli, right-hand side, lays it off as Italy then have the green shirts inside the area. Hampton's come and claims just inside the 6-yard box as Russo had got forward. Girelli was there as well, but it's well dealt with by England's number one.
That's a really confident claim. Coming through with some bodies, but nice early shot from Hannah Hampton. We saw moments earlier as well, that ball over the top from Linari. Good communication with Esme Morgan about where her start position was. Came and swept up.
So England in possession on the edge of their own penalty area. They will have to watch those runs from Caruso, though. She scored a brilliant goal against Belgium, proved to be the winner in their opening group stage game, just drifting into the penalty area, picking up that position, taking time to set herself and then curling the ball home quite superbly as England have a throw on the far side, 0-0.
What will be interesting is Girelli's movement off the back line. I think she's going to tease in between the lines of the midfield and the England defence, and Leah Williamson was quite happy to let her go in there and pick up the ball in those spaces. She's conscious of protecting that space in behind, so interesting how she deals with that.
Here is Hannah Hampton out to the left-hand side, picked up by Alex Greenwood. England 0, Italy 0 in this semi-final at Euro 2025. England have reached this stage, the last 4, for the 6th consecutive major tournament. They're looking to make it 3 finals in a row under Serena Wiegmann after they won the Euros 3 years ago and finished runners-up at the World Cup 2 years ago, as Alessia Russo takes it down the right-hand side, but little miscontrol and ball goes out of play for a throw to Italy. She does have Italian heritage, Alessia Russo, but I'm sure there won't be too many split loyalties in the Russo household tonight, although I'm led to believe that her dad does tend to support Italy's men when it comes to football, but I'm sure it will be full throttle support for his daughter and the rest of England this evening as Lucy Bronze sees England concede a free kick. It was actually for a slightly earlier foul from Georgia Stanway, but Italy have, as we say, Karen, weathered that early storm, and Caruso there just drawing that foul from Stanway.
Showcasing some of those silky skills as she nutmegs Georgia Stanway, and she won't be happy about that.
So Italy in possession. It's goalless here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Giuliano dinks the ball forward, and Bonansea will chase this now. Just getting in behind Lucy Bronze. Bonansea's delivery to the far post. Looks as though it will. Yes, swing out of play. Oliviero was making the run at the far post, but they did get 5 green shirts inside the England penalty area there. Oh, is she offside? Would have been pretty tight, but in the end, the cross was lacking regardless. Karen Bardsley.
Yeah, just a bit of lack of composure there from Bonansea. I think there's not going to get many opportunities like that to get in behind the England defence, so they'll have to capitalise. But fortunately for us, she didn't.
So, Leah Williamson will take this set piece because the flag did eventually go up on that far side. So even though the cross went out of play, free kick to England outside their own penalty area. Here is Lucy Bronze. Fast start from the Lionesses, but no goals so far. And the momentum of the game still with England. Italy standing firm in these opening 15 minutes as Alex Greenwood picks the ball up on the left-hand side and plays it forward, looking for the run of Georgia Stanway, who finds Hemp again up against Lenzini, and Hemp this time will cut and field. She got absolutely barged over there, surely, well, referee says no. Oliviero it was. Boos all around Stade de Genève from the England fans, of whom there are many. They do outnumber the Italian fans. The white shirts of England. Italy work it down the left-hand side, but that looked like a clear foul. But regardless, we play on. And Italy in possession on the halfway line. Here's Bonanse. It plays it back to the captain, Girelli. Bonanse will steer it all the way back to Salvi. A wicket at the cricket, Emily Windsor.
Yes, Alice Davidson-Richards has just gone for 44 off 34 deliveries, caught in the deep. 32 required for England off 13 deliveries. India just need 2 wickets to clinch the series.
So Lucy Bronze with the throw on this near side. And the tempo has just dropped a little bit, Karen.
Yeah, no, I think Italy are doing well to kind of fill the passing lanes. They're pressing with 3 when England are trying to build. They're clearly trying to isolate Kira Walsh and keep her from getting on the ball. So it's going to come to the responsibility of Georgia Stanway and potentially Ella Toone to help with build-up.
Scoop forward by Leah Williamson, the England captain in field now from Toone. Loose touch by Bronze, laid off nicely by Giuliano, and they are just starting to show a little bit of confidence here, Italy. Moving the ball around nicely out to the left-hand side. The pre-tournament aim for the Italians was to reach the quarterfinals. They've done that. They have then progressed to this, their first semi-final at the European Championships for 28 years. As Bonanse's delivery is intercepted by Kira Walsh on the edge of the penalty area, and now England could counter. Here's Toone. Hemp is racing away down the left-hand side, pursued by Lenzini. Hemp has it now, third of the way inside the Italy half. She stops and checks and waits for support to arrive. It does in the shape of Toone, and now forward to Stanway, out to the left-hand side, and Hemp once more up against Lenzini. Once more, Hemp's delivery. Nobody's there. Poor delivery. Straight behind. From that bright, well, I say straight behind, actually, it's spun out on the byline for a throw to Italy, deep in their own territory by this corner flag away to our right on the near side. Is it too harsh to say they're just losing their way a touch here, the Lionesses? Because they are still dominating possession and getting forward, but still, Laura Giuliani with yet a save to make.
Now, I think the longer this kind of goes on and the more it kind of shifts towards Italy's favour, you know, they'll be pleased with the fact that they've weathered that English storm. But England needs to stay positive. Look, they're controlling the game with their possession. I think it's clear that they're targeting Italy's right-hand side, so shifting that point of attack with a switch from time to time will become something that England will have to look at.
To be fair, she has had one save to make, hasn't she? That Lauren James outside of the boot effort, which was beautiful, but straight at Italy's number 1 as Bonanse won't keep that ball in on this near side. And once again, the England fans raise their voices inside the stadium. One thing I love, and you see it at men's and women's tournaments, is the food rivalries that we see on various banners. You know, my country's food is better than yours. I think the best one I've seen so far today is a cardboard cutout that just says pasta with a red cross, no, and pasty with a green tick, yes. So far, it's goalless in this Women's Euro semi-final between England and Italy here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. As Greenwood under pressure steers it back to Esme Morgan, who's yet really to be tested seriously in this game. Karen Bardsley, Jess Carter's replacement in the one change that England have made. No,
but she's doing everything that's been asked of her very, very well, with that composure that put her in such good stead the remainder of that Sweden game.
So Ella Toone wins possession for England. Kira Walsh switches the play to the left-hand side, and again England pick out Lauren Hemp up against Lenzini, who comes short, so pulls it back to Greenwood. It's patient play by England. Ball forward from Greenwood, it'll come to Russo. Russo inside the area, can she get the shot away? She can, and it dribbles just wide. Well, she was really close down there, Alessia Russo. She did well to work the shooting opportunity, and it fizzes just past that far post.
It's that presence of Georgia Stanway as well, that late run into the area from midfield. And Alessia Russo, you know, she's so good with her back to goal. She's always going to cause trouble. The centre backs are always going to know where she is, but she's just unable to kind of turn and really get her hips around that and wrap her foot around it to get it on target. But it's good that they're creating opportunities.
So 20 minutes gone in this semi-final and still goalless. James drawing the save earlier from Giuliani, and then that chance just seconds ago for Alessia Russo. The two clearest chances of the game so far, as England, the defending European champions, look to find the breakthrough against, I'm not really going to say the surprise package, because a lot of people tip them to perhaps go further than people might think, Italy. As Linari picks it up on the outside of the penalty area. They have lagged behind in the women's game when it comes to comparing them to nations such as England, France, Germany, Sweden in past years as well. And of course Spain now, as Italy bring the ball forward and play it over the top. Headed on by Bonansea. Girelli will leave it for Cantore. Wrong decision perhaps. Cantore dinked it into the penalty area. And Hannah Hampton can gather and has the ball at her feet. Let's head for an update from the Champions League second round qualifying first leg. Rangers against Panathinaikos. Gavin Wallace.
It's 0-0 at the moment. 35 minutes on the clock, and we've some really good chances. Rangers 3 minutes in, Raskin burst forward, he put his shot just wide, but after that Panathinaikos have had some fantastic efforts. In total, Jack Butland has made 4 close range efforts. The last came about 10 minutes ago actually, from Eric Palmer, the big American defender. He got right in there and he just hit this shot from about 6 or 7 yards, and the goalkeeper was down really well to it. The goal is coming, I promise, but it is 0-0 right now.
And England get a goal here. Ball into the area from Walsh, just evades Lauren James and Ella Toon, and it's all the way through with Laura Giuliani, Karen Bardsley.
And that seems the way a lot of these chances are going to develop, you know, some really slow, intricate play in and around the area. Kira Walsh looking for those thread passes for the runs in behind, the likes of Ella Toon, Georgia Stanway, Alessia Russo being that target.
So Kira Walsh in possession, sent it out to the left-hand side. Lenzini should get there, and does, before Hempen clears away. Mentioned the banners in the crowd. Also, we've seen a lot of banners supporting Jess Carter, along the lines of "We stand with Jess Carter," after she revealed during this tournament that she has received some horrific racist abuse, and we absolutely echo that message. And a nice touch as well in the 16th minute, her shirt number, there was applause from the England fans as well. That message very much underlined here, standing with Jess Carter and indeed all victims of racism and the shocking abuse that she has received during this tournament. Here is Lauren James down the right hand side. It's still goalless between England and Italy in this Women's Euros semi-final here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as James plays it forward to Alessia Russo, and back to James once more, the two players who have had England's 2 best chances so far in this first half combining, as Bronze plays it forward to James once again, and she goes in field away from Linari almost, but Linari got the foot in. Ricochet eventually falls to Russo though. Now Ella Toon picks it up in field to Lauren James, chips the ball in right-footed, looking for Hemp. It's onto the head of Hemp, but she was just underneath it, can't really control, and she heads the ball behind for an Italy goal kick.
It's really slow, deliberate build-up play. It's 6v6 here on this near side. You can see just trying to get those short combinations and passes to entice that Italian block over to try to isolate Lauren Hemp to get in on the opposite side. There's a nice little ball in there from Lauren James, and I have a feeling that's going to become a pattern.
Midway through the first half, England are on top, but so far no breakthrough, and they would have wanted to create a few more clear-cut chances against this Italian side. They might get a chance here. De Guglielmo's lost it. Here's Lauren James, wins the corner. England are building momentum.
No, I think that's good blocking, good work from Lauren James there to get up nice and close to the Italian defence, prevent that ball over the top that seems to be their out ball, and then create an opportunity essentially out of nothing.
So a little low 5 between Lauren James and Alex Greenwood, who's come over to this near side away to our right to take this corner. It's goalless in the Women's Euros semi-final. Can England find the breakthrough? It's Greenwood, the set-piece specialist, over this from the right-hand side. The black shirts of England on the move now inside the areas. Greenwood swings it in, and the header not quite cleared by Italy, but they get second contact as well, and Cantore does well then to get third contact and clear. And it's Oliviero over the halfway line. She loves to get forward, and she's doing so now. She's up against Esme Morgan, who forces her wide down this left-hand side. Good break by Oliviero, but she's happy to play it back to Girelli, the captain. And Italy will build again just inside the England half. Giuliano's ball out to the right-hand side, and Lenzini now getting forward. That right-sided centre half in the back 3. Lenzini's delivery settles over the bar. Hannah Hampton, all in bright orange, just reached out a glove and made sure she was covering as the ball dipped, but it's over the crossbar and a bit of a waste from Italy, although Giuliano is applauding the attempt from Lenzina. But just an example there, Karen, of Italy suddenly getting forward, and the right side of centre half's getting forward, you know, the wing backs are getting forward as well, and they've clearly got a game plan.
It's all come from England's corner as well, not getting that first second contact as well, then suddenly that outlet, and Oliviero, who's quite pacey by the way. Esme Morgan did well to get across and slow her down.
So Italy in possession, Bonensea heads the ball out for a throw to England just inside the Italy half on this right hand side. It is all over at the cricket. Emily Windsor.
Yeah, India have beaten England by 14 runs, and India clinched the ODI series here in England.
Thank you very much, Emily. As England pick up the ball on this right-hand side, and they win a free kick as well in front of the Italy manager, Andrea Sonchin. As Serena Wiegman is out as well on the edge of that white dotted technical area. Watching on, what do you think she will have made, Karen, of the first 26 minutes or so of this game from an England perspective?
I think she would have maybe been a little bit disappointed they didn't capitalise on the early momentum, but I think this is probably exactly what she expects in terms of slow, deliberate possession, build-up play, transitional block from Italy, trying to press high at times, block any passing lanes to the middle, and then ultimately defend their box quite low. So yeah, I'd imagine pretty much what she expected.
And she is a manager who is calm. She doesn't panic, she doesn't make knee-jerk decisions. As Italy have a throw over on this far side, but I think their manager, Andrea Sonchin, will be very pleased indeed with, as Karen says, how they weathered that early England storm and have, without really testing Hannah Hampton so far, been able to string together a few positive moves, and they're looking to do so again. Here's De Guglielmo, but can't quite flick out her left white boot and reach that ball. And Lucy Bronze will have a throw for England, midway inside England's half. 27 minutes gone. It's goalless here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. We've got full commentary of the second semi-final at these Women's Euros coming up for you tomorrow. Spain against Germany from Zurich with Ailey Barber and Jen Beattie. Do join us 5 o'clock on Sunday for the final. Will England be there? Will it be Italy? If England are there, it could be a rematch of the World Cup 2 years ago if they face Spain, or a rematch of the Euros final 3 years ago if they're up against Germany, or it could be Italy, who have finished runners-up at the Euros twice, back in 93 and 97. But as Italy had possession midway inside their own half, it was a very different tournament then. Only 4 teams competed in the final stages at 1993, which Italy hosted. Only 8 teams in 1997. The women's game has moved on so much since then, and they want success in the really modern era of the women's game. Italy, as England win a throw deep in their own territory, as Italy's passing just lets them down on this left-hand side, 0-0.
Yeah, that final action just wasn't quite coming off, but you can see Caruso in the midfield just trying to get on the ball wherever she can. She's surrounded by, in the centre of 4 black shirts, and just starting to look a bit frustrated that she's not being able to get on the ball a little bit more.
So here is Salvai in possession out to the left-hand side, and Linari will pick it up for Italy. It's England's turn to stay in their shape as Italy play it forward once again. But again, they're just confident and composed in possession. Although, just looking down at Andreas Sonchin in his white shirt there and dark suit trousers, he's frustrated about something, not quite sure what it is, as Esme Morgan heads the ball down under no pressure and will play that ball out to Leah Williamson on the right-hand side. Out to the left they go, and Alex Greenwood in field once more to Morgan. Goalless here in this Women's Euro semi-final as Lucy Bronze is waving her left arm, asking these England teammates of hers to get forward as they work it out. And Italy, encouraged by England, just passing it around at the back and now pressing. Hampton closed down by Cantore. Out to the right-hand side she goes. Good delivery from Hampton. Lovely take by Lucy Bronze. They try and pull Italy out of position. Here is Lauren James now. Good foot in from Barbara Bonensea, and England have the throw.
Yeah, I mean, the possession might feel a bit slow. I do think maybe the ball speed needs to stay a little bit higher, but they're trying to fatigue Italy by making them press, making them shift across, and you know, we have seen it. There have been some really good athleticism, some good runs down this left-hand side from De Guglielmo, but how long can they keep that intensity up?
Don't know if this bodes well though. We're already seeing the first Mexican wave 29 minutes in. To be fair, it's the Italian fans that have started it. A few England fans are joining in. It was a long time doing Germany-France to see one of those, didn't it, in the last quarter-final? And indeed, England-Sweden too. But Italy will be happy with this. England having to be patient as the ball is spread out to the right-hand side. Now Giuliani will handball there, it looked like. Again, the referee lets it go. Could have been a free kick to England. Then the referee, it touches the referee surely there. And she says England are in possession, so we'll play the ball over to the left-hand side. Now the Italy fans aren't happy with that. Let's have another look at that and see exactly what should have happened there. As England's out to the left-hand side. Will build down the left-hand side. Into the penalty area they go. Ball pulled across. Italy will stab possession away. And Oliviero then wins the handball inside her own penalty area. And the ball goes out of play. Now, there is an element to this rule in terms of hitting the referee. If it's clear that the other team is going to get the advantage. Let's see. It did come off an England player, but, you know, she's saying, well, basically, England are in possession, so we can go on with that, essentially. Italy is saying, well, it should have been a drop ball, and they're not very happy with that.
I've never seen it not be a drop ball, to be honest.
So Italy will bring it forward. In the end, nothing came from it. And out to the right-hand side they go once more. In field to Linari. Now Lauren James with a little bit of pressure. Played forward now by Giuliani over the top. Lucy Bronze will get there and play the ball back to Hannah Hampton. Forward over the halfway line it goes. Linari tussling with Alessia Russo. Need forward by Cecilia Salvai. And Italy will pick it up once again with Caruso. Stanway makes the block and Italy have the throw over on the far side. Half time at Rangers Panathinaikos. Gavin Wallace.
Yeah, Rangers 0, Panathinaikos 0. There's been some good chances but no goals so far. Palmer Brown for the visitors. A really good chance just 10 minutes before the break, saved well by the goalkeeper, and Danilo came really close just before half time. His volley flashed by. Rangers 0, Panathinaikos 0.
Here come Italy down the right-hand side. Caruso, nice little 1-2. Into the area they go. It'll come to Bonansea. Oh, Bonansea scored! She's blasted the ball into the roof of the net. And the dark horses of Euro 2025 hit the front against England. They couldn't clear their lines at the back. But Bonansea, what composure, has blasted that home. And England have to come from behind in this semi-final. It's England 0, Italy 1.
It was what we were concerned about in terms of that space in behind the fullbacks as well. It was far, far too easy to get that cross into the England area. And the ball bypassed. It perhaps took a slight deflection along the way. But yeah, Alex Greenwood getting caught high up the pitch, leaving Esme Morgan 1v1. Kira Walsh trying to get back into the area, but just gets around the corner. It's about England not being on the right side. Leah Williamson allows the Italian attacker to get on goal side. But it's a great finish. Bonansea allows, she's in so much space. Lucy Bronze is trying to get out to her and she just smacks it home. Just a disappointing start for England.
It is a brilliant, brilliant goal from Barbara Bonansea. She controls it with a beautiful touch from her left and then smashes it home on the half volley. Can England hit back immediately? Russo swings it in right-footed. Hemp is there, but Italy will steer the ball out of the penalty area. Well, Georgia Stanway told 5 Live before this game they faced pretty much everything they could have faced at this tournament, and they're up against it again as Lauren James sees her shot blocked inside the area. It's cleared away by Girelli. Picked up by Williamson, and suddenly England are pushing forward. They're halfway through the Italy half. Out to the right-hand side and Lucy Bronze. She's closed down, but plays it forward to Stanway. A little bit short for Toon, and it's blocked away by Italy. And Giuliano, the central midfielder, as Serena Wiegman stands and now waves her arms in a circle saying, go forward, go forward. She's shouting at the England players, and again, you really don't see that very often from Serena Wiegman. I don't know how many of them can hear her because they're all in Italy's half, attacking, trying to equalise in this semi-final here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Lucy Bronze plays the ball into the area. It's cleared away by Italy, but now Italy have something to build on, and their fans are bouncing. They're waving their blue balloons away to our right. As Toon whips the ball in, it's cleared away, might fall to James, then won't fall to Walsh, and Italy clear up towards halfway, where Morgan wins the header inside the centre circle. Little miscontrol by Caruso, but it will fall to Bonansea, Italy's goal scorer, as the flag is up offside against England, and Italy have a free kick, and their manager Andrea Sonchin is holding out his right arm and saying just slow the play down, because what a dream start this is for Italy. 10 minutes to go until half time in this semi-final, their first time in a major tournament semi-final for 28 years, and they are ahead against the defending champions England.
That goal's really changed the atmosphere within this stadium. There's a real element of belief.
And they're coming forward again, Italy. De Guglielmo wins the corner off Williamson. Italy in the ascendancy here.
Hopefully that goal will kind of shock England into some sort of reaction, because they really, really need to weather this storm. I think Italy they look as though they're 8 feet tall. My concern is now, will they kind of drop off, look to block, really, really look to frustrate England. England need to respond.
At the moment, they're pushing forward. They won a second goal. This is mightily impressive from Italy. The side ranked 13th in the world to England's 5th. England have won 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two, but it's Italy with the 1-goal advantage here. 9 minutes to go until the break. Italy with the corner from this left-hand side. It's swung in, the light green shirts are on the move, goes all the way across, headed towards goal, cleared away by Alex Greenwood. Will be picked up by Caruso, who hooks the ball back over her shoulder, but Greenwood is there again, left-hand side of the pitch, steers it back to Hampton, who clears away from Girelli. Good clearance from Hampton up towards Lauren James. He's the furthest player forward for England. Is that a foul on Lunari? No, a couple of ricochets, but James won't retain possession for England. And Giuliani has it, the Italy goalkeeper, and it's Italy who lead by a 1-0 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as it's flicked forward by Girelli. Good control by Cantore. They are playing with confidence, they're playing with pizzazz, the Italians, as they come down this right-hand side. England with defending to do, but the ball is behind Cantore. Bonansea then goes down in the area, gets immediately up, to be fair to her, as Russo will now bring it forward, and Italy having charged forward, perhaps a little bit stretched at the back here. What can England do on this counter? Hemp down the left-hand side. She's got Toon ahead of her, space for James, edge of the area, it's Lauren James. Good save by Giuliani. James took her time, picked a spot on the edge of the D. Bronze keeps it alive for England, swings it in from the right-hand side, and it bounces off Russo at that far post. She was a few yards outside of the goal frame, but it bounces behind for an Italy goal kick, and it's Italy who still lead 1-0, but that is encouragement to the England fans inside the stadium here in Geneva.
Capitalising on those numbers forward, the Italians throwing numbers forward in their belief. It's a great ball in behind. Lauren Hemp gets on the end of it, delivers a great ball into the area for Lauren James. But yeah, I'm just concerned about this lack of clinical finishing when the opportunities do arise for England.
So Italy play it forward from this goal kick. Again they go short. Russo's the player pressing for England. As Italy bring it out of the penalty area. Good closing down by Russo, but it will fall to De Guglielmo. She was then caught by James, but lovely spin from De Guglielmo. And eventually will win the throw. Unless she won't, actually. It'll be an England throw. And really, she could have gone down there, and I think the referee should have seen that and given Italy a free kick, but she hasn't. England from the throw have Russo down by the corner flag. Good play by Russo. Leaves a marker on the floor and field to James now, right-hand side of the area. England 0, Italy 1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds in this Women's Euro semi-finals. Girelli, Italy's captain, passes the ball up to Cantore. Really good covering by Esme Morgan, who gets there ahead of Cantore, trying to win the throw, and does. Really good defending by Morgan. And England had the throw, which Morgan will take quickly. Karen Bardsley.
Again, great composure from Esme Morgan, that covering run to deal with Cantore, who is absolutely rapid, by the way.
Yeah, she absolutely is. Just joined Washington Spirit this summer from the Italian double winners Juventus. She will become the first Italian player in the NWSL over in America. And it's Bonansea, the veteran, with the goal. And Italy keep up this remarkable record of scoring first in every single game at these Women's Euros. And when you consider they're right now playing the defending European champions, and they played the reigning world champions Spain in the group stages, That goal against Spain came quicker than this one against England, but they just find a way, Italy, to hit the front. Can England do what Spain did in the group stages and come from behind to win? Here they come down the left-hand side. Ball pulled back to Alex Greenwood. England 0, Italy 1. Now Hemp forward. Picked up on the edge of the box as a shot. It's delivered in. Oh, it almost went all the way through. Lucy Bronze was there at the far post. Giuliani was scrambling. But it's one of those deliveries, wicked one from the left-hand side, that almost crept into the bottom corner. Giuliani had to watch that delivery from Kira Walsh all the way. I think it was across, it was looking for Lucy Bronze, but it curled and curled, and in the end flashes just past the post, and Serena Wiegman lets out a big breath of that was close.
England are pushing, they're getting forward, getting into some good areas, creating chances, but yeah, they're going to have to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal.
So England in possession, trailing Italy by a goal to nil here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Hannah Hampton picks it up. Edge of the D, just outside the England penalty area. Well, we saw them dig deep against Sweden, England, both in normal time to get those 2 late goals, and then in the penalty shootout where 3 times they were on the brink of exiting and managed to recover, helped by some poor Sweden penalties and Hannah Hampton coming to the rescue. But they're going to have to dig deep again. Inconsistency has plagued them in the build-up to this tournament over the past year and more, really. They're going to need to find some consistency towards the end of this first half and in the second as well. And the defence of their European crown will end as Lucy Bronze chips the ball in and the cross sails over the bar. And so far, the game plan is working for Italy, and England have plenty of time. They've been on top in many ways in terms of possession and territory, but it's Italy who have the key breakthrough, and they just haven't worked Laura Giuliani enough, Karen.
No, they haven't. She's had to make 1-2 saves maybe, and she's looked pretty comfortable when she's been doing them as well. So it's just around, we've seen England recover from worse, obviously, in this tournament alone, but decision making will have to be better.
Yeah, high boot there from Lucy Bronze has caught Girelli. Now Bronze has been penalised a few times for fouls. The referee's going to let her get away with this. Incidentally, all yellow cards have been white, so a booking here for any player wouldn't mean missing the final. That's why they orchestrate these tournaments in that way, UEFA and FIFA. But of course, if you're on a yellow card, you've still got to think about the rest of the game, and you've got to play with it. So no booking for Lucy Bronze, but it is a free kick to Italy, and there is just a growing frustration here for England, Karen.
Yeah, it feels that way. You know, I think slightly rushed decisions, especially in the final third. Perhaps trying to force a couple passes through the midfield. But Alessia Russo is looking quite isolated in the way that she's pressing.
So forward by Italy's goalkeeper Laura Giuliani over the head of their captain Cristiana Girelli. Bronze's header is glancing, but will be enough to get back to Williamson, who then fires her clearance into the chest of Lucy Bronze, and Bonansea has it, and Caruso is turning inside the area. England get the foot in, but they have to be careful. Bonansea picks it up just outside the D. It's picked up on the right hand side now by Oliviero. She's taking on Alex Greenwood. Oliviero's delivery, oh, they're all queuing up. Bonansea met the header, didn't get enough purchase on it, spins to the edge of the area. James is there for England, but again Italy looking so dangerous in those deliveries. James then commits the foul on Cantore, and Italy have a free kick midway through the England half, left-hand side. This is not how this game was supposed to go. The defending champions up against the dark horses. It's Italy on top, and they lead by a goal to nil. Karen Bardsley.
Italy throw loads of numbers forward into the box, something that England have been struggling to do over the course of this first half. And every single defender is occupied. They're, you know, getting first to the contacts, and yeah, England look a little bit rattled.
So Manuela Giuliano stands over this free kick. They've taken it quick, they've taken it short. Here's Caruso, she's going to go for goal. Puts the body on the edge of the area. Caruso has it once again. Little deflection off Toon, and James, I hope she knows that came off Toon. She does, and she plays it through the legs of De Guglielmo. And it's out for another Italy throw, but England just can't seem to wrest momentum back away from Italy at the moment.
Well, there's a real sense of growing belief. Honestly, that goal is just really propelled them to another level.
And their fans are bouncing a sea of blue away to our right as Lauren James's header just it's going to go for a corner. It just bounced pretty much right over the top of that corner flag, and Italy look as though they're going to have a corner, or no, it has been given as a throw right next to that corner flag. But De Guglielmo It's going to send this to the edge of the area, and Bonansea, Italy's goal scorer, De Guglielmo, though, will now swing it in, cleared away by Georgia Samway, but it's just all a little bit unconvinced from England. I'm not saying unconvincing, but they seem a little bit unconvinced at the moment in terms of the turn that this game has taken. Can they dig deep and find that belief once more? Italy have it. De Guglielmo plays the ball into the area, deflects off Stanway, bounces over the head of Greenwood, hesitant. Cantore trying to latch onto it. I think the last touch came off Cantore. No. Referee says Greenwood, and it's an Italy corner, and England are rocking here 1 minute of added time. At the moment, the half-time whistle can't come quickly enough for England. They just want to get in at 1-0 down.
No, they need to see this out. Yeah, Alex Greenwood just a bit late in terms of making the decision. She lets the ball bounce in the area, and that's quite uncommon. I think England just need to ride this one out, clear their lines. Obviously not long to go, but they need to get into the half. Just keeping it 1-0. Have some wise words from Sarina Wiegman.
Nervousness is creeping in. The weight of expectation on England is showing. Can they hold firm here and keep the deficit at 1-0? Italy's corner, right-hand side. Salvo's there. Hampton gets a punch on it. Linari will pick it up, but she's forced out of the area. And the referee, what she's seen here, looks like possibly that corner swung out of play. Karen Bardsley?
I thought it looked like she was calling a foul, but perhaps it did. But either way, there we are. Either way, England play the ball away, and either way, England get to half-time at only 1-0 down, and they jog the Lionesses. They move quickly towards that tunnel. Leah Williamson, the captain, is straight down it. They want to get into the dressing room. At half-time against Sweden, they spent pretty much all of the break inside their dressing room, England, where I'm sure tough words were spoken, and I think galvanising words at the very least are going to need to be spoken again. They were on top in terms of possession, in terms of territory, but they haven't tested Laura Giuliani enough. And it's Italy who have the lead at half-time with a super goal from Barbara Bonansea. And after that goal, Italy, Karen, have been the side that have grown in confidence. Yeah, they really have. I mean, they look bolstered, you know, they look tidy, they look hungry. You know, they're putting the balls into dangerous areas. They're playing to their strengths, and, you know, perhaps that's something that England can do a little bit more. I think they were getting a lot of joy in the initial stages of that first half down their left-hand side, and just kind of, I don't know if they've just kind of gone away from it a little bit, but yeah, some sloppy decision-making from time to time in terms of trying to put a ball into the area as opposed to kind of maybe recirculating around the box to try to create something to create a more dynamic opportunity to score. So yeah, just a bit disappointing after conceding a goal like that. Once again, the Lionesses are up against it at these Women's Euros. Once again, they're going to have to pull out a performance and dig deep. Otherwise, the defence of their European crown is ending at the semi-final stage. Half-time here in Geneva, England 0, Italy 1.
And England's all-time record goal scorer, Ellen White, back with us. Ellen, how much do we need to give credit here to Italy for dictating play, for slowing things down, versus England just not quite being on it?
So much credit to Italy, and I think England came out the blocks quite well, built a lot of rhythm in their play, but then Italy just started to grow in confidence. They started to create some lovely passing connections, moving through the thirds into the wide areas, crosses into the box, and England had a couple of chances. Obviously that Russo one going wide, James one just being saved. So, you know, I feel like England were almost being over, their passing was just too much. Karen Bardsley just said they just need to be more patient and just recycle, but then Italy just grew in confidence, and what a beautiful strike from Bonansea. I just feel like they've just grown 10 feet tall from that goal, and they're just putting so much pressure on England, and the momentum just quickly switched to Italy, and I feel like Italy didn't want half-time. England 100% needed half-time to regroup and almost get themselves back together, because it's a huge 45 minutes for them.
It felt wobbly, Karen, those last couple of minutes. Hannah Hampton once again looking maybe not quite as convincing aerially as she had earlier in the game, but I wonder if we go back to that brilliant goal that Ellen was just talking about. Does blame lie with anyone in the back line for England for that one? I think it was several moments of slight, I don't know if you call it chaos or disorganization. It started with, I believe it was Alex Greenwood that got caught high
and then she got beat, and then essentially got round the corner, or the Italian attacker got around the corner, and I think it was like a comedy of errors, if you will.
And Girelli getting in behind
Exactly,
Williamson as
yeah.
well, but then Lucy Bronze still so far out away from Bonacea.
Yeah, no, and to be fair, it was a good finish. She had plenty of time and space, and that's what happens when you give an opponent like that, someone as experienced as Bonacea is, and she just absolutely leathered it past Hannah Hampton. Perhaps she could have maybe gotten across a bit quicker, but it was several events that kind of led to that opportunity. And ultimately for me, like, England have had the chances, that there was that Lauren James opportunity that, a bit more commitment perhaps, and just place it back across the goal, and this would have potentially been a different conversation, because we've played Italy numerous times, like last time I was involved, I think it was around the Cyprus Cup, and in 2009 we've seen sort of the gamesmanship that this Italian team can bring, so they will make it really frustrating in this second half. They'll slow the game down, so it will be a struggle to see how England are going to have to get back into it.
Well, England are going to have to come from behind again, and they're going to have to do it quickly. Second half commentary to come here in Geneva. They trail Italy by 1-0. Coming up, we're going to hear from Ben Stokes ahead of the fourth test against India, which starts tomorrow. Chris Jones joins us as well from Down Under after another win for the Lions. That will all be after the latest news here on 5 Live with Dan Maudsley.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thank you, and yes, it is sad news this evening that Ozzy Osbourne, the heavy metal singer who found fame with Black Sabbath, has died at the age of 76. He was, of course, famous for hits like this. I was Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne also adopted the nickname The Prince of Darkness. Our media and arts correspondent David Sillito reflects on his music with Black Sabbath.
The thing was, it seemed incredibly honest as well. They just did it, and it was loud, and it was fast, and it was raucous. And I remember in the late 70s, you'd meet punks, and they hated everything there was to do about music beforehand. They would go, oh no, this is like a clean slate. All you prog rock, long-haired hippies. But there was often a bit of an affection for Black Sabbath about it, because they seemed a bit punk as well. And I remember thinking about that at the time. There was just something that was, seemed honest, short songs, to the point. Everything had a great riff.
Well, Ozzy summed up his career in an interview with the BBC when the band officially broke up in 2017.
It's been remarkable. It's been absolutely remarkable. I mean, it's had its good times and its bad times, but through it all, the music, I can remember playing the Crown pub in Birmingham at Henry's Blues, and I'm thinking, well, this is good for a couple of years. Drink a few beers and have a jam. We get to Europe, and that was the beginning of the most incredible adventure I could ever think of.
Well, it was just 2 weeks ago that Ozzy played with the full original Black Sabbath lineup in Villa Park in Birmingham for the band's final bow. And just a short time ago, I spoke to Kirsty Bosley, who is a culture journalist in Birmingham and was at that final gig.
I think as a heavy metal fan and as a Brummie, it feels like just quite a savage blow, really. I think reporting on the gig and being there and seeing so many people join together, he felt so alive. So that it's come to an end is so bittersweet. I'm just glad that he got to go out on his own terms. And I think the fact that Ozzy could have done that last gig anywhere, he could have done it in that massive dome in Las Vegas, or he could have done it in LA where all these musicians are from. He could have done it anywhere, but he sort of came back home to us. And more than that, he was raising money for our charities and our people, and that just feels so special and so generous. And it's just lovely to know that he got to come back to where it all began.
What's the song that you go to?
Well, I think my mum coming home, it was something that he performed at Villa Park, and it was a really emotional moment to watch him, and his eyes were twinkling, and Sharon's spoken in the past how that was a really meaningful song for her as well, and so I think that's kind of, I'm going to struggle to listen to that, I think, for a little while without feeling super emotional about it, especially considering he did get to come home in the end.
Times have changed and times are strange. Here I come, but I ain't the same. Mama, I'm coming home.
Well, the family announced the news and said, "It is with more sadness that mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time." So it is the sad news that Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, has died at the age of 76. It's 8:55.
This summer, England are hosting India in a 5-test series.
And you can hear every ball, every boundary and every wicket on 5 Sports Extra.
An absolute heartbreak from that Indian side.
England from here, they should have enough, but this Indian side won't give up.
Oh, he's hammered it down the ground this time. Into the pavilion it goes. The members are scattering.
The 4th test starts tomorrow at 11, live from Old Trafford.
On 5 Sports Extra and BBC Sounds.
UEFA Women's Euro 2025
with Katie Smith
on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
Cercare di capitalizzare al massimo, visto che non sono tante le chance che può concedere l'Inghilterra. Attenzione a Cantore, se ne va sulla destra, la triangolazione splendida, palla dentro l'area, vantaggio dell'Italia, ha segnato Barbara Bonansea dentro l'area piccola. Una meravigliosa triangolazione sulla destra, il cross basso e il controllo.
So that is how the goal sounded in Italy in their first European semi-final in 28 years, and they are leading the defending champions England by a 1-0 here in Switzerland. Second half commentary to come very shortly, but following us here at possibly 10:30 tonight, or maybe later. It's 6:06 with Natalie Pike and Tony Duggan. Evening both.
Evening, Katie.
Hello.
Yeah, whatever time this game finishes, Tony and I will be here to talk, and we want to talk to you. Give Tony and I a ring. The phone lines were mayhem after the Sweden game, so give us a ring right now. Get your call booked in 08085 909 693. And it doesn't matter if right now you're feeling really pessimistic and then England go on to do it and then you're dead happy. Whatever, it's all good. And you're still optimistic, Tony.
Oh yeah, of course. How can you not be? I mean, we turn it on second half. Well, say second half, probably last 30 minutes. The changes come on. It's a completely different England. So yeah, I mean, I was only saying to you before, Nat, you write all these lines and you're ready to go on air and speak about how bad we've performed, and then the game's changed within 10 minutes. But yeah, I think England fans will be pretty relaxed. I mean, they haven't played too well in the first half, but we've got some talent on the bench that can change the game like they have done in the previous games in the tournament.
So get your call booked in right now, 08085 909 693. And Katie, you heard what it sounded like in Italy with the Italian commentator. In the BBC studios in Salford, a groan gradually went up level by level by level as Italy scored. So hopefully we'll not be hearing that again.
Well, you just wait till Vicky Sparks gets in her flow in this second half. Commentary to come very soon. But get your calls in to 606 08085 909 693. It's a great listen. Get involved later on. So England behind here, not any better at Chester Street earlier for England's women's cricketers who lost the ODI series against India. They were beaten in the third and final match by 13 runs. Meanwhile, the fourth men's test between England and India gets underway tomorrow morning. You can listen to ball-by-ball commentary on 5 Sports Extra and BBC Sounds from 10 a.m. England captain Ben Stokes has been reflecting on that eventful third test at Lord's, which England won by 22 runs.
That was an exhausting week, physically as well, but yeah, mentally, and it doesn't really hit you till 2 days after. It does take out of you 5-day test matches.
Yeah, but a lot of people were engaged in that, Ben, weren't they? I mean, I've had a lot of people listening, watching, who really enjoyed that game.
Yeah, and I can totally see why. Like, I get the privilege of playing in test matches and being involved in a lot of very, very good ones, and that was another one. So, you know, when games go down to the wire like that, especially test matches, not too often it's 22-run victories, but I can understand why there was so much engagement and why people couldn't take their eyes off that last day.
Another win here, and that's it. That's a Series 1, which is a great motivator for this match.
Yeah, well, don't ever need too much motivation when you're walking out there, but we understand what this week, could possibly mean for us at the end of it, that we can, be series winners with one game to go, which would be great. But again, out of the 3 games we've played so far, I think when we've got to the end of them, we have been able to just park either, happiness or disappointment like the second game, and start again, because there's been hardly anything between the 2 teams so far in 15 days of cricket. So yeah, just restart, reset, and hit the ground running again.
So Ben Stokes there ahead of the 4th test between England and India. That starts tomorrow morning. England are out here on the pitch early already. A huddle over on the right-hand side from where we are sat. Meanwhile, though, there has been a goal at Rangers. Gavin Wallace.
And it's for Rangers. 18-year-old Finlay Curtis on his debut. Cuts inside from 25 yards and unleashes a rocket into the bottom corner. It took a deflection, but the 18-year-old will not care. And it gets worth for Panathinaikos. Vagianidis has just been sent off. 1-0 Rangers.
Gavin, thank you very much. So second half commentary to come here in Geneva. England in that huddle. Final words before such a huge 45 minutes. Ellen White. And I wonder if part of the problem, have England become too predictable in this tournament?
Yeah, potentially. I think as well, I think we're just lacking patience at the moment and just being clinical in front of goal. So I think it's about recycling the ball. And Lauren Hemp was getting on the ball really well on that left-hand side, crosses into the box. So for me, it's about getting into those wide areas and being clinical in front of goal and denying the Italy back line those longer balls into those wide areas as well.
Ellen, thank you so much for the time being. So Ellen White back with us at full time. When will that be? Let's find out. England trailing by 1-0 here against Italy in the semi-finals at the European Championships. They're going to be kicking off this second half in just a moment's time. We'll hand to our commentary, Karen Bardsley, Vicky Sparks, and there's been a change at half-time, Vicky.
There has, as England get us underway, and it's an interesting one. Beth Mead is on for Lauren James. You've just seen a shot of Lauren James on the bench. Didn't look to have picked up any injury in the first half. She did not look happy, and that is unusual for Serena Wiegman to make a change this early in the game at half-time. So Beth Mead on for Lauren James. Italy had possession and a throw over on the far side. No changes for them at half-time. They lead 1-0 thanks to that super goal 12 minutes before the break from Barbara Bonansea. So England have 45 minutes once again to save their Women's Euro campaign. It was the same situation against Sweden in the quarter-final. In fact, it was worse because they were 2-0 down at half-time. They're only 1-0 down here against the dark horses of the tournament, the defending European champions England. What can they do? Can they find a way once again to turn things around? Once again, they've not been good enough so far in this game. They've got to find a higher level of performance, a performance that we know they can hit. Here goes Lauren Hemp down this left-hand side. Well marshalled away by Oliviero. Greenwood's in support, plays the ball in. Mead will bring it down, bounces off her out of the penalty area. Girelli then brought down by Mead, and that's a free kick to Italy midway through their own half. So England now with Hampton in goal, the back four the same of Bronze, Williamson, Morgan and Greenwood. Walsh and Stanway ahead of them, but that attacking three behind Russo is now Mead, Toon and Hemp. So Karen Bardsley, former England goalkeeper, alongside me. Just talk us through the thinking that you feel Serena Wiegman's employed behind that change.
I think I did actually see Lauren James take a bit of a knock in the first half, so that might have something to do with it. And she did take quite a whack against Sweden as well, but she didn't really look herself, did she? She didn't look terribly convincing.
And neither do England as a whole at the moment. Here come Italy down the left-hand side into the penalty area goes their goal scorer Bonansea to the left-hand side. She'll lay it off to Cantore, who wins the throw over on that far side up against Beth Mead, who's just on. So yeah, it will be fascinating to see what Serena Wiegman says about the substitution afterwards, whether Lauren James was struggling a little bit fitness wise or whether it's purely tactical.
I do think there's a tactical element as well, because Beth Mead puts in a massive shift, both on and off the ball as well, so she can add that extra protection to Lucy Bronze. But to me it looks like she's going to invert as a winger and allow Lucy on the overlap.
So De Guglielmo, ball to the edge of the area as Italy try and work it. Ball fizzed in, and good take by Hannah Hampton. Caruso again making one of those really dangerous runs from midfield, was right on Hampton there, but she was alert to the danger, and it stays England 0, Italy 1.
Perfect warning sign there. Big concern that everyone was ball watching in the area. Just that late run off the back shoulder across Georgia Stanway's back shoulder was completely missed.
Here come Italy down the left-hand side again. It's their captain Girelli. Falls backwards is Giuliano. And Italy will work it all the way back to their goalkeeper, Laura Giuliani. She's closed down quickly by Russo, but plays it out forward to Salvi. And now the left-hand side again. Italy again looking composed in possession. And I imagine their manager, Andrea Sonchin's team talk was a lot pleasanter than Serena Wiegmann's. He said before this game, we will be on the pitch with all our passion. They have shown passion, but mainly they've shown tactical discipline. What can England do here? Infield to Elatu, midway through the Italy half. Loose ball though, and Giuliano will cut it out, but the clearance falls to Stanway. To the right-hand side now, and Mead up against De Guglielmo. Walsh will chip it in, headed away by Italy. Comes to Alex Greenwood, who goes for the loop delivery, and Giuliani in the end can watch and pat that down. It just didn't have the power on it from Greenwood, but really, should England be shooting from there? I guess if it opens up, but Italy will be very happy to restrict them to efforts on the angle outside the area from one of their defenders.
No, normally I think you give yourself an opportunity when you find yourself in that much space, but she definitely snatched at it, didn't make good contact.
Italy have lost it on halfway. Italy have won it on halfway. Here they are with Oliviero down under the challenge of Stanway. Nothing wrong with that. Go back to the way that Oliviero went down and then bounced back up like a jack in the box as Salvi clears away. But that was naughty from Oliviero, because she rolls down, rolls around, sees that the referee's not going to give anything, and she's up before you can say England 0, Italy 1.
We spoke about this at halftime, about the gamesmanship and how Italy is so well, practiced at frustrating opposition by starting the game.
So Williamson in possession now for England, who need an equaliser. 4 minutes gone in the second half. They've got plenty of time. They had to come back against Sweden in the quarterfinals. They had to cope with real pressure in their second group game against the Netherlands, where defeat could easily have sent them out after just 2 matches at these Euros. They've reached the semi-finals, but if they want to reach their third major tournament final in a row under Wiegmann, they need something here. Toon's delivery, Hemp might provide it. Heads it over the bar on the angle, slightly on the stretch, but she was only a few yards out, and really Hemp should have done better there.
No, I think she was trying to put it back across goal, but didn't quite make the connection she wanted. But for me, again, there's only 2 England players in the area.
So Italy preparing to take this goal kick. Italy leading 1-0. Italy with Giuliani in goal. The back five of Oliviero, Lenzini, Salvi, Linari and Guglielmo. Ahead of them it's Cantore, Caruso, Giuliano and Bonansea, with Girelli up front as Georgia Stanway loses that ball. Greenwood gets the foot in, Stanway does as well, but cleared away by Lenzini. Stanway will win it back once more and then tangles with Caruso. Referee happy to let Italy play on. Out to the right hand side, Oliviero, and she's got support with Cantore to the right. And here is Sofia Cantore, the light green shirt's getting forward. Cantore's gone into the area, is poor, it's headed away by Williamson, cleared away intelligently to Stanway by Greenwood. And Stanway, midway through the England half, will spread it out to the right hand side. And this is better from England as the light green shirts of Italy race to get back. England 0, Italy 1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as England have it over on the far side. Karen Bardsley.
It's almost like Lauren Hemp's a bit hesitant to make sure that there's secure possession before she runs into space, but as soon as the midfield gets faced up, she should be on her bike.
Here is Walsh. Oh, that's lovely play by Kira Walsh. She's still going. She might shoot here. Kira Walsh is blocked away by Lenzini just inside the area. Spins out to Alex Greenwood. England have players arriving at the far post. The header is flicked clear by De Guglielmo. And Lucy Bronze plays it in. It'll fall to Hemp, and it's saved by Giuliani. Couldn't get the purchase on the effort, Hemp, but that is one of the best moves of the game from the Lionesses.
That's loads better. Good composure there from Lucy Bronze to pick that pass out. Gets a bit fortunate with the touch, but it's just a shame that didn't land on the left foot of Lauren Hemp.
So Salvi will amble forward with this for Italy. Out to the right-hand side they go. Lines open for 6:06, which follows us here on 5 Live at the conclusion of this game. But Italy are coming forward once again. It's Cantore into the penalty area. Shot straight at Hannah Hampton on the angle. Well, she didn't have the support, Sofia Cantore. so she had to go for goal, but the angle was against her. Picked up now by Bonansea, chips the ball into the area, looking for Girelli. It's cleared away by Alex Greenwood. Stanway has it now and will play it forward, but again, more nervy moments for England, Karen Bardsley.
It's proper opened up, and again, it is that full-back position, isn't it? They're just playing into that space in behind, and England are getting exposed.
Di Guglielmo picks it up over on that far side, and England will reset. England, who still trail by a goal to nil, and time, as it always does, just seems to tick faster, doesn't it? Even in these early stages of the second half. 8 minutes have flown by, and England still need a goal.
England have to get pressure on the ball. So Leslie Roos was just running around in isolation and trying to mark 4 different players, and you know, if you can't get pressure on the ball, it's going to be far too easy for them Italians to play through England.
Italy moving the ball nicely, and England stretched again all of a sudden, even though Italy have really been building this spell of possession. Here's Giuliano out to the right hand side, and Oliviero taking on Lauren Hemp towards the penalty area. Good footing by Hemp, and goes out of play. And it did get the last touch of Oliviero as well, so it will be an England throw deep in England territory. England, who have already made history at this tournament, having made history 3 years ago when they won their first major trophy. They were the first side to come from 2 goals down against Sweden in the quarterfinals to win a knockout match at the Women's Euros. They've got to come from a goal down here against Italy, whose fans again away to our right are waving those light blue balloons in the air, because this is the unwritten story that they wanted to write. They've adopted that theme from Natasha Bedingfield, that song Unwritten. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. What a story they are writing at these Women's Euros. They want this tournament to be a game changer for women's football in their country. And you get the sense that if they get past the defending European champions and make the final, it just might be Italy's Lionesses moment that it was for England 3 years ago. But England still, with 35 minutes to play, still the time, of course, to find a leveller. Here goes Lauren Hemp down this left-hand side, up against Oliviero. Hemp checks back, good pressure by Oliviero, but good tenacity by Hemp. Still no opportunity to play the ball in, so pulls it back to Alex Greenwood. And now Toon will scoop it back to Esme Morgan, as the Italy fans away to our right raise their voices once again. Here's Hemp, infield to Toon, but it's so congested. Girelli almost gets a foot in and then claps her hands together because she can't retrieve possession. Here's Williamson, and now Walsh. Lovely ball to find Hemp. This is a really good move from England. Can they find the finish? Hemp's delivery cleared away by Italy. It was behind Russo, only as far as Greenwood. And now Walsh, midway through the Italy half. Scooped now to Leah Williamson. Cantore closes her down. Williamson forward again. This is nice from England. They're moving the ball around with zip, with purpose. Can they find that incisive pass? Here's Walsh. She goes for goal. And Giuliani watches that wide. It was a few yards wide. But Kira Walsh, having scored at this tournament already against Wales, only a second goal for England, but she does have a good shot on her. Got her first career brace in the early part of the season for Barcelona as well. But again, not always the player that you would want to see taking shots from that sort of distance.
She's looking more lively though, isn't she? She's trying to get on the ball. She's trying to make something happen. She's linking. Everything's kind of going through her. And, you know, she does have a wicked shot, you know, so if she gets it on target, you know, she could potentially save this tournament for England.
Here goes Girelli. Really important interception by Lucy Bronze there, because Italy, her body's over on that left-hand side. Russo stabbed away from her by Salvi, and will go out of play on the far side for an England throw.
But we're really narrow, this England team, you know, so you can see Lauren Hemp is kind of in that more central channel. She's not exactly hugging the touchline as we get used to seeing, and it's almost making it more difficult for England to play through because Italy is so compact.
Well, Andrea Sonchin, the Italy manager, isn't happy about something. He's complaining to the fourth official as England come down the left-hand side. Here goes Hemp, plays the ball in. It's laid off, it's Stanway, it's blocked away by Linari. Walsh picks it up on the edge of the area but can't get a shot away. She still has it though. Really good play by Walsh. Out to the right-hand side. It's Mead. She plays it in. Little deflection. Cleared away once again, this time by Lenzini. Cantore will try and bring it forward for Italy, and she has it on the right-hand side and calmly plays it back to Oliviero.
That's really good from Cantore. She protects the ball really well. Alex Greenwood and Leah Williamson try to get in and nick something off her, but she manages to keep composure for the Italians. But really good spell. England are growing into this.
Georgia Stanway brought down there. Referee plays advantage. Toon has it. Left-hand side, midway through the Italy half. Stanway up to her feet. England 0, Italy 1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Russo in the area putting Salvai under pressure, and Salvai concedes the corner. Lines open for 6:06. Book your call now. 08085 909 693. Will we be talking about another Lionesses comeback and going through to the final on 5 Live, or will this be the end of the road for England, the defending European champions at these Women's Euros? 08085 909 693. England with the corner on the far side. Karen Bartley.
England are starting to close the gaps a little bit. They're higher in terms of their back line, which is compacting the space, which means that they can have more combinations in the midfield, and I think they're spraying passes. So long may this continue.
Alex Greenwood waving to the England fans in front of whom she's going to take the corner to raise their voices. Now she sends it in, and it's straight into the arms of Giuliani.
It's an easy take in the end for Giuliani. Alex Greenwood delivers that in-swinging corner right onto the keeper. England have to do something. They have to challenge. It's too easy, that take.
Well, she's down, Giuliani, suggesting that she's got a bit of a knock. The referee's helped her up to her feet. And now Italy will get the game underway. Was Beth Mead the right change at half-time, Karen? Chloe Kelly, of course, came on to be England's saviour late on against Sweden. And I never got a chance to ask you whether she'd come on too late, because she basically created 2 goals immediately. But what did you think of that change in terms of the personnel?
No, I think Beth Mead offers something slightly different to Chloe Kelly. Obviously, Chloe Kelly can deliver, and so can Beth. But in terms of the physical output, I think you get a little bit more both on and off the ball from Beth Mead.
England 0, Italy 1, 59 minutes gone in this Women's Euros semi-final here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Here is Walsh, plays it forward. She's having a really good little spell, Kira Walsh, and that is really positive for England. As Ella Toon receives the ball from Beth Mead. Russo's in the centre. It's Toon. She's got options with Stanway, edge of the penalty area. Stanway pulls it back to Kira Walsh. Again, options down the right-hand side, and she uses them. Pulled back now as England play it into the area once more. Greenwood's in there, and Greenwood wins the header. Brought down by Hemp and thumped away before she can get the shot away by Oliviero, who's gone down. I don't think there was anything in that from Hemp. It was Oliviero blocking the shot. The referee, I think, has given the throw for England, but is just seeing if Oliviero is okay. She's holding the back of her heel, almost her Achilles there. Last-ditch defending from Italy, but again, Hemp's movement causing problems, and Greenwood in there winning that header, cutting in from left back. Just England trying everything at the moment.
No, she seemed fine in terms of the run of play, Oliviero, but it's good to see England getting numbers in the area. Alex Greenwood, not exactly known for her heading ability, but the fact that she's in there, making it difficult for Italy, that's a positive.
Well, Hemp can't control that throw from Greenwood, and it goes out of play for an Italy throw. England 0, Italy 1. Let's head back to Rangers Panathinaikos. Gavin Wallace.
74 minutes on the clock. Rangers 1, Panathinaikos 0. Rangers should be 2 or 3 up now. Danilo had a header just over the bar after Finlay Curtis's goal, and then Raskin had 2 shots saved well by the goalkeeper. Rangers 1, Panathinaikos 0.
And here come Italy down the right-hand side. Really good challenge by Esme Morgan to stop the ever increasingly dangerous Sofia Cantore.
Really good positioning, really well timed. You can see Leah Williamson coming over to make sure that she shepherded anything that potentially could come loose as well. So, yeah, slightly more solid.
Here is Oliviero with the throw. Missed control from Cantore. She then tumbles under pressure from him. Oliviero has it as we play on. Chip ball into the area, and Hampton watches that all the way.
Yeah, that almost looked like it was just about to go on target. So that was a bit of a funny one that left Hannah Hampton scrambling backwards, but well taken and well distributed to Lucy Bronze.
And here goes Lucy Bronze. Trademark runs on the right-hand side. Good ball to Russo. Brilliant sliding challenge by De Guglielmo. Almost falls to Russo with the ricochet. Russo slides in. Tumble from Linari. Referee, rightly in my opinion, lets play go on. And England have the ball again. Here's Toon, just outside the area. Stanway wants it. Turn from Stanway. Shot opportunity is blocked, so she'll send it out to this left-hand side, and Hemp will dink it in, but it's such a poor delivery. And Giuliani now, with just over an hour gone, is at that stage already for Italy. They're leading by a goal to 0, and she drops to her knees just outside her own 6-yard box.
Just needs to be a bit more dynamic from Lauren Hemp. You know, some of these crosses are just far, far too easy for that Italian defence to defend, and goalkeeper, again, no challenge, no one really in the area, so can Lauren Hemp kind of cut inside.
Here goes Girelli, and Cantore's furious. She spreads both palms out in supplication and then gives a thumbs up to Girelli, who has now gone down, Italy's captain, off the ball after playing that pass. She's holding the back left of her leg, the hamstring there. So the medical staff are on quickly, and a few boos around the stadium because we have seen Italy players go down, but we'll have to see if there is real concern here for Girelli. But a chance for Italy to come over and get a few instructions from their manager Andrea Sonci. And actually, as we see that replay, there's the tiniest bit of contact from Alex Boone. I mean, if that's why she's gone down, she's fine, isn't she?
It's dramatic, isn't it? I mean, I know this feeling far too well in terms of Italians kind of doing this to us in game in previous fixtures in previous years, and it is frustrating. So England are really going to have to stick to the game plan and keep their heads, but it's encouraging to see the subs warming up as well.
So Girelli is up to her feet. She's limping off, and they are going to make a change, Italy. And it is Girelli who's coming off. And she's their captain. She's their talisman in many ways, but she's also 35 years of age. And this game is only going to grow more intense. So whether it's that knock, whether the change is going to be made anyway, because Martina Piemonte, 19 goals for Lazio this season, their top scorer, was preparing to come on, and she's in tears, Girelli. She's bending down as she's been substituted. She's got her hands on her knees because this means so much to her. It means so much to Italy. Piemonte are on, but this would be 63 minutes gone in this game. This would be arguably the greatest result in Italy's history. They're 1-0 up against the defending European champions. Another goal at Rangers, Gavin Wallace.
And it's more or less the same as the first one for Rangers. Rangers 2, Panathinaikos 0. He's just come on the park, the winger from Sheffield Wednesday, Jenny Gassama, cuts inside and let rip another goal. Rangers 2, Panathinaikos 0.
Thanks very much, Gavin. It's all going well for Rangers in Champions League qualifying. Not going well for England at these Women's Euros. Can they find a leveller? It's Toon down the right-hand side. Bronze is there in support. Hamid's made the run down to the byline, gets the ball across, won't fall to him. Giuliani got fingertips on it. Greenwood now lets fly and beaten away by the double fists of Giuliani, and then on the follow-up, Walsh blazes over the bar, and it's an Italy goal kick.
Looked as though the ball might have slightly gone out of play when Beth Mead was trying to get there at the touchline. So I imagine that probably will be given as a goal kick. But yeah, nice run, nice spell of play. I mean, Beth Mead making that central run from that inside channel, getting in behind that Italian backline. There's a piece of success that they need to continue.
Yeah, good spot, Karen. It had just gone out of play. So Italy, with the goal kick, play the ball forward, leading by 1-0. England have just over a quarter of this game to save their Women's Euros campaign at the semi-final stage. Forward by Stanway, won't reach Toon. Serena Wiegman, how long do you leave it before making another change? As Cantore closes down Hampton, who has to get rid of the ball quickly and does so. Out to the right-hand side, and Beth Mead just flicks off the top of her head, but De Guglielmo will get there first. Mead challenging her. Ball hasn't quite spun out of play yet, but then Mead bundles over Lucia De Guglielmo and concedes the free kick over on the far side, and once again the England fans aren't too happy.
Italy were always going to do this. It was never going to be a surprise. I mean, if you were in their shoes, I think you would waste time as well, but Beth Mead was slightly heavy in that approach to kind of regain possession, but yeah, Italy will take their time.
Yeah, she stands on the back of De Guglielmo's boot there, and it does slightly come off, so a bit of a painful one. Nothing more than a free kick, but she is up to her feet. And England still trail by 1-0. Lines open for 606 08085 909 693 here on BBC Sounds. We will have all the reaction on 5 Live before that as well, and also reaction on the iPlayer. Alex Scott and Farrah Williams will be live at Boxpart in London straight after the full-time whistle. But on the whistle reaction, you can just head to the BBC iPlayer and search for New and Trending for that. Will they be celebrating another England comeback, or will it be the end of the Lionesses' European journey as the ball is into the area and Giuliani just manages to hold on to that with him closing in?
Giuliani does really, really well there to hold on to that. Skips up just in front of her, but Again, really positive signs from Alessia Russo, getting around the corner and getting a ball in across. But again, not enough bodies in the area.
Italy in possession. When does the next change need to come, Karen Barsley, or should it have happened?
I think it needs to come sooner rather than later. The only obvious one for me would potentially be Chloe Kelly, but where does she go?
Yeah, do you take Hemp off? Do you take Toon off? I mean, in the end, against Sweden, they were playing with one central midfielder as a late challenge from Georgia Stanway. Concedes a free kick, but again, we're just seeing frustration. And we have to say, over this tournament, there have been too many poor performances for too long in key games. You look at France, you look at Sweden. Is it going to be just one poor performance too many from some of these players in the semi-final against Italy?
Yeah, let's hope not. I mean, the only possible other change I think that would make an impact, but maybe this is unfair. I think Georgia's doing okay at the moment, is potentially Grace Clinton.
And Agimang, Michelle Agimang, surely at some point Serena Wiegmann will turn to her again, as she did against Sweden, got that late equaliser, and as she did against France. Only got 4 minutes plus added time, but made a real impact. There's Ella Toon out to the left-hand side. England still have time, but it's ticking away. 22 minutes to go in this semi-final plus added time. It's England 0, Italy 1. And Italy are still largely holding the Lionesses at bay, as again a free kick is conceded, and Oliviero's kicked the ball away as well from winning that free kick, and she's going to be spoken to there by the referee, but she's wasted the time. She's not got a yellow card, and Italy still have the set piece right on their byline, and Alex Greenwood has to retreat. But how hard is it as a player, Karen, to keep a lid on your frustration right now for England, and what can they do to stop giving away these little niggly fouls?
Yeah, it is really annoying. I think that emotional control is a key element, because as soon as your head goes, your decision making goes, you make mistakes and things like that, so it will be a key. But I just think that little final action just needs to be a bit tidier. There's still slightly too much weight on the pass, or perhaps the movement isn't quite right.
Here comes England though. Here's Lucy Bronze driving centrally. Ella Toon picks it up, pokes it towards goal. It was a rush shot and it's behind. I mean, the angle did open up there a bit, but again, there's just not the fluidity, there's just not the confidence here from England.
It's kind of the last little touch, the last little control. It's just either, like I said, a bit too much weight on the pass, or Alessia Russo, whoever's up top, whoever's receiving the ball, just seems to be at their full stretch. And when you're stretched like that, it's so difficult to bring control into the game. But yeah, I mean, obviously Michelle Agimang would be a fantastic addition to this game, but is it time to roll the dice? Is it time to go 3 in the back?
Cleared away by Leah Williamson. Hemp will pick it up on this left-hand side. Esme Morgan now loops it forwards. Stanway's underneath it and flicks it back into central midfield. Handball there, ricocheted off the arm of Giuliano. And it's a free kick to England just inside the Italy half. 20 minutes plus added time to play, and just now some of the England substitutes start warming up. Michelle Agimang is one of them, but again Serena Wiegmann is leaving it late here to make more changes. She brought Beth Mead on at half time. What can the players on the pitch do here? Walsh plays it forward, it's cleared away by Linari, chested down by Piemonte, the substitute for Italy, and plays it out to this right hand side. And here they go with Oliviero. Really good covering challenge by Hemp, but Oliviero still has it. She's been stopped in her tracks. Hemp doesn't concede the foul, which is important, as Caruso can't keep hold of it. And Walsh will steer it back to Morgan, who evades the sliding challenge of Piemonte and sends it back to Hannah Hampton, who plays it forward to Leah Williamson. 19 minutes plus added time to play. It's England 0, Italy 1 in the Women's Euro semi-finals. Does the Lionesses' defence of their European crown end here? They're running out of time to change it, but there is still time. Here's Stanway, eases away from Caruso, out to the right hand side she goes, and Lucy Bronze. There's a lot of pressure from the Lionesses. Can they find the end product? Mead, brilliant ball to Bronze, but a touch lets her down, and then the clearance from Linari bounces off Bronze as well, and it's an Italy goal kick. And again, Karen Barsley, it's that final pass, that final touch. It is just not coming off for the defending European champions.
It's a great little give and go, a little 2v1 down that right hand side for England, but again, big touch, big heavy touch. Looks almost like an element of fatigue there creeping in for Lucy Bronze as she got into the area. But yeah, unfortunate as well that didn't get anything in terms of now it's an Italian goal kick.
And an Italian double change. Michela Cambiaghi, who's really been flourishing under their manager Andrea Sonchin since he came in, comes on again in this tournament. Every game she's come on as a substitute, and she comes on for Sofia Cantore, who's run herself into the ground. And Barbara Bonansea, Italy's heroine at the moment, with that super goal in the first half that still sees them in the lead against England, is replaced by Emma Severini of Fiorentina. But a word on Cambiaghi, I mean, she is a really dangerous player. She really has made an impact from the bench in this tournament. And again, it's Andrea Soncin, the Italy manager, who is on the front foot with these changes.
Now, Cambiaghi's had a great season with Inter, hasn't she? And she certainly puts herself about, likes to get forward, and she'll break up play in the midfield. Here come England getting forward. It's Georgia Stanway. Is she going to let fly? She's 25 yards out. She goes for the curler, and it's over the angle of post and bar. Well, we've seen her do it, Stanway. She saved England. She sent them through in extra time in the quarterfinals 3 years ago against Spain. And it's another late comeback that England need here. Serena Wiegmann looks to the heavens and claps her hands in frustration as that Stanway shot goes sailing over. She's frustrated. She's shouting play at Georgia Stanway. She wants to see the passes. And, you know, she knows that a snatched chance from distance is going to be something that's not really going to trouble the Italian goalkeeper. We've seen her do it in the past, but at this moment in time it's just not coming off. And the Italian goalkeeper, Laura Giuliani, has just been booked, and I think Andrea Soncin's going to be booked as well. Yes, he is. So Giuliani booked for time wasting, and Soncin, absolutely fuming, has been booked, the Italy manager, on the touchline as well. So Soncin into the book, Giuliani into the book, and England still trail by a goal to nil in this Women's Euros semi-final, as Giuliani sends it long. 16 minutes of added time to play, and still there are no substitutes ready to come on for England. They've made the one change. It's Beth Mead who came on at half-time. But are we now, just as I say that, going to see Chloe Kelly coming on? As Italy have a throw on this near side. It's forward to Cambiaghi, but she won't keep it in, but she was being pulled there. And it will be a throw, a free kick I should say, to Italy on this near side. We're just seeing in front of us, there looks to be a slight issue in the crowd here, so we hope that there's nothing serious there. They are playing on at the moment, but they've got security over. That's where the England friends and family are, so looks to have all settled down now, and security just moving away. So out to the right hand side, Italy in possession, and the throw will be taken away from Italy, given to England. Alex Greenwood takes it. England's running out of time here. 15 minutes plus added time to play, and I think a lot of England fans will be saying, where are the substitutes from Serena Wiegmann, because England needs something to change. Here's Russo, pulls it infield to Stanway, space for Bronze now, right hand side, the bodies are in the area, Hemp is there, sliding in, England are trying to get something on it, and it is given as a goal kick to Italy. Russo was there too, trying to make contact, the ball went behind, and the decision is Italy goal kick, as England were claiming for the corner. Again, it's a great ball in from Lucy Bronze, and Lauren Hemp just manages to get around the other side, Oliviero. But unfortunately can't make anything, and again, just England not getting the rub of the green, going out for another Italian goal kick. Yeah, it did look from one angle as though it might have got the last touch off Russo. As the attendance is announced here inside Stade de Genève, over 26,000. Chloe Kelly is preparing to come on. Can she be England's saviour once again, as Caruso goes for goal from distance as Hampton was racing back, but it spins wide of that far post. Well, that might have been it for England had that goal gone in. That's really clever, very cheeky from Caruso. Again, just England not dealing with the first and second balls, and yet again England dodge a bullet, but England are going to have to start taking some more risks. Needs to be more clinical. They're starting to create, but really have to find a way to see the game off, get back into it first. Well, this is the sort of time that Chloe Kelly came on against Sweden. England was still trailing 2-0 by that point. They're only 1-0 down here. They've got to throw in the far side, and here comes the change. But again, as she replaces Georgia Stanway, who absolutely sprints off the pitch to get Kelly on.
Look, we know that Chloe Kelly can do this, but this is putting a huge amount of time pressure on her. She's got 13 minutes again to save England. Why not bring her on earlier? Because it's not been working for England in this second half. Is it a case of keeping it at 1-0 and then going for the goal? Is that what these defending European champions should be doing?
Hard to know. You know, we have to kind of trust that Serena knows what she's doing. I think limiting it to this sort of time will really limit the Italians' ability to respond in an organised manner.
It's a big call, and just as in the quarter-final, the proof really will be whether England are in the final in Basel on Sunday or whether they're heading home. But it's Italy coming forward, and suddenly England are all over the place at the back. It's Severini. Oh, she's played it right into the defender, Alex Greenwood. Italy still have it though, right-hand side. This could finish England off. Caruso's ball in, and the header is over on the edge of the 6-yard box by the arriving Piemonte. She met it, she got underneath it, and that could have been that for England.
It's chaotic defending. It's just England are running back at their own goal, facing their own goal, 6s and 7s, trying to get out to the ball, block, but it's just not coming off in terms of England getting any sort of control, and they're just leaving themselves exposed. They have to start taking risks, they have to score.
12 minutes for England to save this. Italy are 12 minutes away from the greatest result in their history in women's football. They finished runners-up twice in the 90s, but the tournament was so different then. This is about knocking out the defending European champions as Alessia Russo puts the pressure on Linari inside the area, and Linari does so well and clears away. And England have a throw on the far side, Karen Bardsley.
Again, I just keep looking down at the touchline, hoping that, you know, Aggie Beaver-Jones and Michelle Aiman are ready to come on, but they're not.
Here goes Kira Walsh, good work. Oh, it's Russo inside the area trying to get the shot away. She's surrounded by light green shirts. Plays it outside the box once more. Here's Chloe Kelly, who's just come on. She's going to go for goal. It's deflected away and it goes behind for a corner. And England have a set piece, and they have 11 minutes now to save this semi-final.
Have to capitalise, but again, Chloe Kelly making an impact straight away. Cuts inside, takes on 1v1, tries to put a shot on target and gets something, creates something.
And it is Chloe Kelly getting the rousing ovation as she comes over to take this corner from the near side. Beth Mead is in the penalty area on the edge of the box. Greenwood's up from the back as well. Kelly's delivery, it's high. It's headed back across goal by Lucy Bronze. It's blocked away by Italy inside the 6-yard box. And Kira Walsh will pick it up on the right-hand side. Still alive this for the Lionesses. They're still alive just at Euro 2025 as they win another corner over on the far side. This is the sort of pressure they need. And still Serena Wiegmann watches on. And still we wait to see if the likes of Michelle Adjumang and perhaps Aggie Beaver-Jones are going to come on. But this is a good spell for England here.
Italy are defending really, really well. So many numbers in the area. No option left up top.
So corner to be taken from the far left-hand side. Greenwood's delivery, she swings it in high. Bronze is there at the far post, back across goal, headed away almost on the goal line by De Guglielmo, and it's out for another corner, and this is more like it from England.
It shouldn't have to take this long to get these substitutions on, to make these changes. This is more like it. England have to score.
Have they left it too late? They've got 9 minutes to play. It's Greenwood, sends it in again. Again, it's headed away by Italy. Comes back out to Greenwood on this right-hand side. She plays it to Beth Mead, who's now midway inside the Italy half, and now back to Esme Morgan as Italy come and press out, but then they'll retreat with Giuliano as Mead sends it into the area, and Giuliani is there, the goalkeeper, all in bright red, and claims and drops to her side in her own 6-yard box. It's England 0, Italy 1. 9 minutes plus added time to play here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
Oh, it's a tough watch. It's a really tough watch. You know, England are just putting in opportunities that are just far too easy for this Italian defence to deal with.
And Italy on occasion are sending the numbers forward as they look to get the second goal. This is one of those occasions. Oliviero, really good delivery into the area just ahead of her striker Martina Piemonte, and it fizzes behind for a goal kick to England. And again we look to the England bench, and now Serena Wiegmann gestures to Michelle Adjumang and Aggie Beaver-Jones down there. Do England have enough time? And Italy again have a player down, this time with cramp, and Serena Wiegmann throws her arms up in the air. But England are going to have to make these changes, and they are going to make them now.
Yeah, and Serena Wiegmann's just pulled over Ella Toon, giving a hopefully a key bit of information, perhaps around a formation change, but England have to throw the kitchen sink at Italy now.
Full-time at Rangers, Gavin Wallace.
Rangers 2, Panathinaikos 0. Goals from 18-year-old Finlay Curtis and ex-Sheffield Wednesday winger Jedi Gassama mean Rangers have 1 foot in the third qualifying round, and Russell Martin wins his first Rangers match. Rangers 2, Panathinaikos 0.
Thanks very much, Gavin. Here, England have 8 minutes plus added time to save their Women's Euro campaign, or the defending champions are out tonight, and it will be Italy going through. And when you consider, Karen, that none of these Italian players have ever played in a major tournament semi-final, in fact none of them have played in a European semi-final or Champions League semi-final at club level, you look at the experience that is out there for England, who still haven't made this change incidentally. It's Aiman and Beaver Jones, a double change that's going to be made, but Hannah Hampton gets the game back underway. But in terms of the quality of what Italy have done here to cope with all of this, I suppose this is the thing. They said coming into this game, we've got nothing to fear, we're going to play lightly, but it's one thing to say it and it's one thing to do it, and Italy have done it. Giuliani plays a little bit too lightly. Hemp then, was that a push on Lenzini? Referee for once is going to let that go. It's a throw to England. Greenwood takes it quickly. Here's Mead down by the left-hand side towards the corner flag. Greenwood sends a delivery in. There's nobody really in there. Severini clears the ball away, comes out to Lucy Bronze. She's well dispossessed by Piemonte. Needs to not foul her here. Piemonte's ball is picked up by Greenwood midway through the Italy half. 7.5 minutes to go plus added time. England 0, Italy 1. It's Walsh going forward now. Sees the space over on that far right hand side for Chloe Kelly. Can she save England once again? Kelly's delivery in. Bit of pinball in the area. Italy eventually get it out of the box, out to this right hand side. England throw, and here surely comes this double change for England with 6 minutes plus added time to play. Mead came on at half time, Kelly came on with 14 minutes to go, and now Michelle Adjimang and Aggie Beaver-Jones are given 6 minutes for stoppage time to save this semi-final for England.
Yeah, this definitely should have happened sooner in terms of giving these two players opportunity to really change the game. You know, the likes of Chloe Kelly on the pitch, whipping in great crosses into the area, but no one's been in the area.
So Williamson is off, Adjimang on, Russo is off, and Beaver-Jones is on. So it really is a roll of the dice from Serena Wiegman. And yes, if you're going to take a centre half off, you can see why you've delayed that. But as England concede a free kick, and Oliviero is patted on the head by Caruso, as Italy have a free kick midway inside their own half, there's going to be big questions if England go out here of Serena Wiegman. Maybe it's a masterstroke, maybe it's enough, maybe they have time just like they did against Sweden, but maybe this should have all happened earlier. Maybe it's expecting too much in the final few moments here, as Cambiaghi won't reach that, but she plays it off Esme Morgan and manages to get the corner, and the Italy fans behind the goal away to our right are cheering that to the rafters here in Geneva. Italy, Karen, have been absolutely superb.
They've stuck to their guns, haven't they, from the off. They made it really difficult for England to play. England haven't been able to put their chances away. They did create quite a lot in the first half, in particular, that late spell now that we're experiencing. But yeah, it's just not been clinical enough in front of goal.
So Italy have the ball in the corner, and they may well keep it there. Giuliano is one of the players there. Oliviero is as well. They are 4 minutes away from the greatest result in the history of the women's game in Italy, knocking out the defending European champions. As it's played into the area, they did go, oh, Hampton saved it, and again, brilliant double save. The second effort was from Severini. They did go for goal. They didn't keep it in the corner, and Hampton, as she did against Sweden, has kept England in these Euros and kept them with this sliver, this chink of hope. And now they come down the other end. It's Lauren Hemp trying to get in behind, and the whistle's gone. Did she pull the player back there on the edge of the area? The referee says yes, and Italy have another player down with cramp. It's Lenzini. But let's talk about those saves by Hannah Hampton. Point blank range at the other end. The other way of looking at it is that Italy had golden chances there to wrap this up.
You know, my concern is actually, you know, that was quite sloppy from Hannah Hampton. It bounces just in front of her, and she gets really, really fortunate that the Italian attacker just smashes it back into Hannah Hampton. But yeah, frustratingly again, Lauren Hemp looked like she was in at the opposite end. And then again, the Italians are just taking sting out of this game, aren't they? They're managing this game so well.
Yeah, the first effort was from Michaela Cambiaghi. Said she could be dangerous when she came on, and she almost surely put Italy definitively into the final. As Giada Greggi is preparing to come on, and Giulia Piga as well for Italy. They're going to make another double change. Boos from the England fans as Lenzini eventually gets back up to her feet. She's gone off. She might be being replaced here as well. But this just has not been good enough from England again. And we've said that too many times in this tournament. They lost to France. Ultimately, they got away with it in the group stage. It was a brilliant reaction against the Netherlands and then comprehensive defeat of Wales. They got away with it against Sweden. They were poor. They were on the verge of going out 3 times on penalties as they come flying down the right-hand side. Surely that's a free kick. Yes, it is. Whistle's gone. England free kick over on that far side. And the yellow card into the bargain, it looks like, for Linari. In fact, it is Linari who goes sliding in on Lauren Hemp, so she's into the book. And England have a set piece. But this is it. We talk about the time that the subs are given. Adjimang and Beaver Jones haven't had the opportunity to have a touch. Can they find one here that could level this game and get us heading for extra time? Italy won't yet make this change.
First and second contacts are going to be key. Have to be able to get connection, clean connection with this ball in, and then keep the attack going by locking off the area. Can't let Italy clear their lines.
So the change just has been made. Greggi is on, Giuliano is off. Free kick in from the right-hand side. It's cleared away by Piemonte. Out to Esme Morgan, intelligently back out to the right-hand side, where it will be picked up by Chloe Kelly. Swings the ball in. 2 Italy players go for it, and they head it away. Only as far as Esme Morgan. 1 minute of added time to play. 1 minute of normal time, I should say. It's still not quite over. We've got added time as well. 1 minute of normal time. England with the ball on the right-hand side. Here's Kira Walsh. Hemp is there. Picks it up. Adjimang waiting in the centre. And Adjimang almost gets onto it, but Linari will clear away. And it's scooped forward by Greggi, only as far as Lucy Bronze, who lifts the ball towards the penalty area. Greenwood stayed up there. She doesn't know where it is, and it's hacked clear by Italy once more. And Piga forward now by Ella Toon, and Walsh, who picks it up again from Toon. Good sliding challenge by Greggi, who's just come on, but Lucy Bronze will clear it away. Bounces off Cambiaghi, couple of ricochets, almost falls to Piemonte, but Esme Morgan has it, and scooped forward now by Lucy Bronze. It will be picked up by Chloe Kelly on this near side, and she's going to win a corner of Oliviero.
Oh, this is tense. Really, really tense. My stomach's in knots. England have to capitalise. They've got Ella Toon short out here next to Chloe Kelly. They have to be able to combine. They've also got Esme Morgan at the edge of the area.
So confirmation, Piga has also come on for Italy for Lenzini as we enter 7 minutes of added time. So there you go, that's the number, 7 minutes for the Lionesses to save these Euros. Bronze header back across goal, straight into the arms of Giuliani.
It's the right idea to find Lucy Bronze at the far post. That's been the recipe for success so often. But there's just Alex Greenwood trying to get across the keeper. And it's just, again, it's too easy, too clean of a take for the Italian goalkeeper.
Greenwood goes down, and this time England's turn to win a soft free kick. And a little bit of pushing and shoving with Cambiaghi and Morgan and Toon getting involved as well. And the referee is not going to let Esme Morgan take that free kick quickly. And she's going to call Morgan over and Cambiaghi as well and just speak to both of them. But again, more time being wasted. It should be added on. England 0, Italy 1, and both Morgan and Cambiaghi have gone into the book there. So yellow cards for Morgan and Cambiaghi. And England with this free kick to take just inside their own half.
Chloe Kelly is getting a little bit of joy down England's left-hand side. Giving Oliviero a choice. Does she stay in and block that path into Adjimang in central areas? Or does she go and press Kelly?
Italy's fans are bouncing away to our right-hand side. It's a sea of blue as England play the ball forward. Adjimang beaten in the air. Here's Toon. There's space on the far side for Lauren Hemp. plays it into the area. Beaver-Jones is arriving, but again Italy make first contact. Toon can't control, and Piemonte has it, and it's an intelligent ball out to this right-hand side, and here goes Oliviero, and England is stretched, and can Italy finish off? England's here, she goes for goal, Oliviero, and it clears the angle of post and bar, and England are still clinging on to hope in these women's Euros. They've got 5 minutes to score, or it's over.
Hanging on by fingernails. Again, these lethal counter-attacks are coming from England's own corners, own set pieces. England are struggling to get first contacts, and they're not locking off the area to kind of keep possession and create another opportunity. And England are going to have to really dig deep here, Vicky.
Well, this is where you prove your mettle. This is where, if you can put the doubters to bed, perhaps your own doubts, perhaps your own questions, perhaps your own wonderings, whether you've got enough. It would be a momentous night for England, but it's 4 minutes away from being a momentous night for Italy and women's football in Italy. This will be their Lionesses moment from 3 years ago, as Aiman looks as though she committed a foul. Referee on that occasion says get up to the Italian player. Greggi just outside the area, and England pick it up midway through the Italy half. Here's Walsh, down the left-hand side goes Chloe Kelly. She's got Toon on the overlap. It's Kelly down to the byline, trying to win the corner. Did she? Did she? No, the ball doesn't go out of play, and Italy will rescue it with Greggi, but her clearance only finds Alex Greenwood. Greenwood to send it in, left footed. Beaver-Jones is in there, heads the ball across. Aiman's there, can't make contact. Italy should be able to clear with Oliviero, but she's getting herself in trouble. England make the block. It's Aiman. It's Toon, left-hand side of the box. It's Walsh. It's deflected. It's a corner.
Oh, I'm absolutely kicking every single ball, every single pass with these girls. Aiman's done really well to kind of frame the goal, stay in central areas, just wait for anything to happen. And you can see Hannah Hampton's coming up.
She's going up. Hannah Hampton is going up. That's where we are, listeners. It is now or never. 3 minutes of added time to play, but England have to throw everything at it now. It's Chloe Kelly, sends the corner, and it's poor, it's side netting. It's such a wasted opportunity for England. And have England wasted this opportunity in the semi-final? All credit to Italy, the dark horses of this tournament. But regardless of what Serena Wiegman said going into this game, England were favourites. They're the defending European champions, and they have not played like that tonight.
That corner kick, I feel like it's just summed up England's night. You know, just when you need it the most, it's just not coming off for England, is it?
Headed forward by Keira Walsh. 2.5 minutes of added time to play. Beth Mead wins a free kick just inside the Italy half. Piemonte's trying to stop it being taken. That's stupid. Doesn't get the yellow cards, but England do get the free kick moving quickly. Down the right-hand side they go. In field now to Keira Walsh. Italy working so hard to keep England at bay. It's Bronze. She fizzes it to the edge of the area. Cleared away by Cambiaghi. Are the Lionesses out of ideas here, or do they have one final attack in them? It's Bronze. Out to the right-hand side. Lauren Hemp plays the ball into the area. Mead on the run. Giuliani's there. Aiman! Yes! She's done it again! She's done it again! Michelle Aiman! This Wonder Woman for England! Get her off the bench! Get her on the pitch! Because that's what she does in the 96th minute! Michelle Aiman levels this semi-final! 1-1!
Oh my God! That's unbelievable. Look, when everything seemed lost, all seemed lost, just one flicker of hope became a flame, and then there's an inferno of noise and support, and this is unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. And she smashed that, absolutely leathered it into the net. The saviour of England, Michelle Aiman.
And she points to the skies in celebration, because this quite remarkable teenager has breathed life into the Lionesses right at the last. And she's broken Italian hearts. Italy, who have been so brave. Italy, who have been, in all honesty, so deserving. But Italy, who are now facing extra time in this semi-final. And somehow, England have done it again.
The comeback queens. And so many things had to go England's way. And for once in this game, they got the rub of the green. And Michelle Adjiman absolutely megged Giuliani in the Italian goal as well.
Italy to get us underway. But it is the England fans here in Geneva who are celebrating. It's 1-1. There is seconds of added time to play. And once again with England at these Euros, we're heading for extra time as Italy come forward. Cambiaghi dispossessed. There was a handball in there. It's a free kick to England midway through their own half. How have they done it again?
I genuinely can't believe my eyes. I need to see that one back because that was just pure elation for me and every other England supporter in this ground. Oh, my heart is racing. The Italians, they cannot believe it. Hands over mouths, hands over eyes on the Italian bench.
And this is the sound of Geneva as the ball is forward to the left-hand side and Aggie Beever-Jones. Could England win it here in the final seconds of added time? Hence delivery, Adjimang's there again, headed away by Italy. Out of the penalty area it goes. Alex Greenwood will pick it up just inside the Italy half. Andrea Soncini's now asking for the full-time whistle. He wants extra time because England have levelled in the 96th minute and they're coming down the right-hand side. Infield they go to Kira Walsh. Walsh plays it into the area and Beever-Jones is there and heads wide.
This is incredible, honestly. The opportunity's there to win this game in the dying seconds, but I mean, what do you say about these two strikers that have come on? Michelle Adjiman, obviously, finding the edge of the area, finding the back of the net, absolutely causing havoc. But could these substitutions have come on sooner?
Well, I was just going to say maybe, just maybe, Serena Wiegman did give them enough time. My word. Don't they make it hard for us all, though. Here's Adjimang, and still we play on, and no, now there is the full-time whistle. Wow. We're heading for extra time. Once again, because of Michelle Adjimang. 19 years old. She has come off the bench to save England's European defence of their crown. And buckle in, everyone. We go again. Here's extra time to come. 1-1.
Ellen White, Nada Manua, join us. I don't have words. Ellen, do you have words?
In Adjiman we trust now, I think.
Well,
I don't. It's just absolutely mental.
Shall I tell you something remarkable, Nada? I don't know, maybe you know this. I didn't know this. I learned this today. Michelle Adjiman, the 19-year-old who has just saved England once again, of Ghanaian descent. Do you know what her surname, Adjiman, means?
No, go on.
Saviour of a nation.
Say no more. That's why she was picked. That's why she's in the squad. It all makes sense now.
Saviour of a nation on the shoulders of a 19-year-old. England are down in a huddle below us. I think they can believe what's going on. Italy in utter disbelief. But Karen Bardsley, that shot, that equaliser, was struck at 94.9 kilometres per hour.
Yeah, she absolutely smashed it, didn't she? And I just can't believe, she's come to the rescue yet again, and to have the wherewithal, the composure to take a touch and then shift herself away and shift the ball away from the defender. Like I said, a lot had to kind of go in her favor. She obviously played it through, smashed it through the legs of the Italian goalkeeper. But I mean, I am genuinely in shock and disbelief. I mean, the way England played that second half, that was a tough watch.
But I mean, that was leaving it too late, Ellen, surely, in so many ways. We cannot keep seeing England rely on those fine margins.
No, I don't know how many lives we got left now. Like a cat, how many have we got now? It's just absolutely crazy. But yeah, again, we talk about obviously the Sweden game, but now we're talking about this semi-final, and it's just like the mentality to just keep going. And I just think you've got to give credit to those substitutions coming on, and Adjiman just being so alert, causing chaos, but being so clinical. And that's what we didn't see throughout this whole 90 minutes. She came on and she was clinical, and I don't know, I haven't got enough words because it's just absolutely crazy. You've got to give credit to Italy. They've been phenomenal. They'll be kicking themselves that they weren't able to at least score another goal or see this game out.
Nedum, Sarina Wiegman just giving instructions singularly to Hannah Hampton there for a moment, then Lauren Hem. I just wanted to read this. This is what Chloe Kelly said to Michelle Aiman when she came on and scored that equaliser against Sweden only, 4 or 5 days ago. She said, go be yourself, go and create havoc, go and change the game. So it's not over, it's 1-1. We got extra time to come, but how did England change the game now?
That's a great question. I think what we've just seen for that last 15 minutes, I don't think they can sustain that for another half hour, to be perfectly honest with you. And I think that's the craziness of now going into extra time. It's like a different type of game now, because you don't want to go too gung-ho, because now you could get caught out. Maybe the next goal to be scored in this game decides everything. So do you want to go so far forward that you leave yourself open at the back? Probably not. But I think this is going to be interesting now to see Aiman and others play, now that the task is a little bit different. And I think that's probably why Wiegman's turning to certain people to almost remind them of the fact that there are 30 minutes to be played here. It's not golden goal like back in the day. So make sure the team puts out a better performance and finishes the day being available to play in the final.
Leah Williamson's come off, Ellen. We've got Aggie Beever-Jones, Aiman Kelly, Mead on. So if we look, there's certainly attacking threats here from England. 30 more minutes. Where do they make the difference?
I think it's crosses into the box, but I totally agree with Nedum in terms of we need to be patient now. It's 30 minutes recycling the ball and then finding those pockets of space, whether it is crosses, but really shoring up at the back, because they love to counter on those wide areas as well. Italy, they've got a lot of energy, but it's just being patient now. If we want to score a goal, we've got to go for it, but we've got to be patient and be very compact at the back at the same time.
The defending champions hanging on by a thread. Now they've got 30 minutes to turn this around. England 1, Italy 1. Extra time is coming here in the European semi-finals. Let's go back to Karen Bardsey and Vicky Sparks.
Well, they really don't make it easy for us, do they, Casey? My word. What a roller coaster ride this has been at these tournaments with England. Georgia Stanway, actually, who loves tattoos, was asked what tattoo she would get to sum up the tournament so far, and she said roller coaster. And that was before this game. Right, here we go then, just as it was against Sweden in the quarter-final. 30 minutes of extra time and possibly penalties, as England once again leave it late. Hannah Hampton sends it out to the right-hand side. We'll take you through the formation in a moment as Italy win a free kick. Chloe Kelly committing that foul. Well, they're not playing for penalties already, are they, Italy? This early on in extra time. But we've focused, of course, on England, Karen, but just a word on how these Italian players respond to this. And I just want to pick out something that their manager Andrea Sonchin said in terms of when Norway levelled things up much earlier in the game, and then Italy scored a late winner in the quarter-final, basically saying that after the Portugal draw, in fact it was, that basically when they conceded that late goal to Portugal, they would have gone through to the knockout stages had they won, and they conceded late on. He said many ghosts from the past emerged, but we put them aside. That is what Italy have to do now, because they were on the brink of the greatest result in their history in the women's game, and it's been snatched away from them for now.
I hope it stays that way, and I hope England carry on and go to win it. And I think my question is really, Italy have obviously made loads of changes. They thought this was in the bag for them. They've not been in this position. How much have they got left in the tank? And, will England just will this result over the line?
Yeah, it's the same as the Sweden game, isn't it? I think particularly Italy were really trying to see it out. That's why the changes were made. But as you say, they've taken off some big players. Their goal scorer Barbara Bonansea, their captain Cristiana Girelli, who picked up a bit of a knock as well. England coming forward. Here's Beth Mead out to the left-hand side, and Lauren Hemp is playing at left wing back at the moment. Gets a head on it. Will cross the ball in. Beever-Jones is in there. Italy have a player down in the area. Referee happy for play to continue. Oliviero, who's been really good in this game, goes down. That is a foul by Beever-Jones, and it will be a free kick to Italy. So just looking at the way that England are lining up in extra time. So you've got Hampton in goal, and a word from Karen in a moment on Hampton, because she made a big double save. Yes, she spilled the first shot from Cambiaghi, but made the second one from Severini. Half a tail of Italy wasting a chance to wrap it up, and also Hampton eventually did keep England in it. So then you've got Esme Morgan, Lucy Bronze, and Alex Greenwood are playing as a back three. You've got Lauren Hemp at left wing back, Chloe Kelly at right wing back, Mead is in the centre of midfield with Ella Toone and Kira Walsh. And then you've got Beaver Jones and Adji Mang at front, and Beaver Jones is actually just coming over to this left-hand side at the moment. So a bit of a fluid formation from England, certainly an experimental formation from England, but we saw this, didn't we, in extra time against Sweden, and in the latter stages of that game they pretty much played with one central midfielder, and Beth Mead was in central midfield at times, and she has, for a manager who doesn't really like changing things, Serena Wiedmann, she's been forced to change things in the quarter and semi-finals, and it has just about worked. But it's Italy coming forward here. De Guglielmo, well dispossessed just outside the penalty area, and the ball is cleared away. Adji Mang will chase it. Giuliani, the goalkeeper, will retrieve it, and Adji Mang at the moment is playing that lone role as Beaver Jones now gets up in support. And Italy in possession. 3 minutes gone in extra time. England 1, Italy 1 in this semi-final, Karen Bardsley.
So a lovely little spell of work right there from Chloe Kelly on England's right, just getting back and trying to protect Lucy Bronze, but Italy are loading it up as well, trying to throw two forward.
Out to the right-hand side go Italy. Oliviero, who's been one of their best players. Good work down the right from her, and then Greggi plays it infield to Caruso. This is nicely worked from Italy. They're zipping the ball around. But a loose touch there in the centre from Greggi, and it's lost. And Lucy Bronze has it just outside her own penalty area. England 1, Italy 1. Line still open for 6:06, but I'm sure England fans, you won't mind that that's been a bit delayed now that we're into extra time. But it will be following at full time here as Adji Mang, good hold up play from her. Out to the right hand side she goes, the Arsenal youngster who had such a good loan season at Brighton this year, won their Young Player of the Year award, and now has 3 goals in her 4 England appearances, and 2 of them have kept England in these Euros. Here is Chloe Kelly, pulls it back to Lucy Bronze, and now in field to Esme Morgan, midway through the Italy half. The light green shirts of Italy back defending as Cambiaghi closes down. Greenwood out to the left-hand side, and now forward to the edge of the box, and Aggie Beaver-Jones, and now Kira Walsh, who's looking to work room for the shot. Nice layoff by Hemp, but won't quite be reached. Oh, it will be reached by Toone. Over on that far side, Toone's delivery, and Giuliani a little uncertain and hacked away pretty much from the goal line there. Good defending at the back by Italy as they clear the ball up towards halfway, but Alex Greenwood is there, and the Lionesses are in full flow at the moment as Toone plays the ball into 2 light green bodies on the edge of the area, and then the whistle goes, and it's a free kick to Italy midway through that own half, and it's 1-1 in extra time. 5 minutes gone, Karen Bardsley.
That's a lot better. There's a lot more intent, I think, from England now. Almost more belief that they've been able to pull themselves back into this game. I think what I really like about what I'm seeing from Adji Mang and obviously Beaver Jones is that intention, that desire to try to get on the end of something and to get themselves into the area.
Just seeing a replay of that clearance. It was a good one by Julie Piga, because Giuliani, the goalkeeper, didn't really deal with that chance, and it was trickling towards the goal line, and she hacked it clear. As Ella Toone plays it forward for England, and here goes Beaver Jones. She's got Adji Mang in front of it. Strong challenge on halfway, but a fair one, and Italy will come forwards and then work it back into their own half, and they will play it forward once more, and Severini just slows the play down as Italy look to recover from the shock of conceding that 96th minute equaliser, as De Guglielmo miscontrols but does retain possession. Down the left hand side she goes, infield now to Greggi, working room for the shooting opportunity, and Hampton will catch, does drop it, but nobody was there near enough in a light green shirt. And it's still 1-1.
Good disciplined defending from Lucy Bronze, decides to protect the central areas and allows Chloe Kelly to get back and again just track the runners. So good decisions there. Let's hope that continues.
So Italy with Giuliani in goal, the back 5 of De Guglielmo, Linari, Salvi, Piga, and on the far side Oliviero, Caruso, Greggi and Severini in front of them, with Piemonte and Cambiaghi up top, as Chloe Kelly has it on this right hand side. It's 1-1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as Kelly plays it back to Lucy Bronze in this Women's Euro semi-final, England's 6th major tournament semi-final in a row, as Adji Mang, their saviour in the 96th minute with that equaliser, plays it back to Bronze once more. Here's Adji Mang, right hand side, midway through the Italy half, as the Italy fans raise their voices behind the goal that England are attacking. Aiman once more, plays it in field, patient build-up from England. Here is Mead out to the right-hand side. Chloe Kelly, Beever-Jones wants it in the area, but Chloe Kelly's off on a run by herself. Oh, it's brilliant by Chloe Kelly, she goes for goal! And the shot just twists away from that angle of post and bar. That would have been very, very special indeed from Chloe Kelly.
That's brilliant from Chloe Kelly. The whole time she's been trying to go on the outside, now she cuts inside and tries to get a shot away. And it's just... she doesn't quite get her foot around it, and it just kind of sails out of control a little bit, but that channel opened up really nicely for Chloe Kelly.
Out to the left-hand side, and De Guglielmo, but it's a miscontrol. And here is Kira Walsh. Plays it forward, left by Aiman. Oh, it was a good lead, but Giuliani's out quickly to deny Beever-Jones to the edge of her area. Italy get the play moving once again. Out to the right-hand side they go. We played 8 minutes of extra time. And I'm not going to start counting down to penalties just yet, because I don't think any of us right now can take that. Out to the left-hand side go Italy. On the halfway line, it's cleared away by Piemonte. And ball bounces out of play for an Italy throw as Andrea Soncin watches on. Their manager, they were seconds away from the greatest result in their history in the women's game, knocking out the defending European champions England, but England through Aiman have found a way to take this game to extra time. And as Italy have it on the far side, and again Karen, it was the composure that she showed. She had time to take a shot and then slide it through the legs of Giuliani. Low finish, similar to the one that she scored against Sweden. So clinical as Italy win a free kick on halfway. And you said it during commentary, England hadn't been clinical in this game, but Aiman comes on and is once again.
It's funny that you just have to leave it to the youngest member of the squad to kind of show that maturity, that calmness in front of goal, but you know, that's what makes her so special. You know, those critical moments, that crucial presence in the area. You know, she's instinctive, isn't she? She just knows where the goal is. She's a good finisher. Boy, I wish she would have been on the pitch a little bit sooner.
Here is Giuliani, the goalkeeper closed down by Aiman. I think that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, if England come through this, whether in extra time or penalties, there's two ways of looking at it. One is that she did come on in time because England have gone through to the final. But the second is why, oh why make it so agonising? I mean, we pointed out at the time Leah Williamson went off as well as Beever-Jones came on, so of course you're not going to make that change with 40 minutes to play. Hannah Hampton coming up for that set piece as well. A couple of minutes earlier, as Italy lose the ball. Ella Toon, good rob of possession from her, and here goes Kira Walsh out to the right hand side, little deflection on the cross, but it will run for Chloe Kelly. Meads ahead of her, and Chloe Kelly advancing towards the penalty area, but well marshalled by Italy in the light green shirts, so steers it back to Bronze, and then Walsh once more out to Lucy Bronze. Picks it up and sends it to Chloe Kelly. 1-1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds in the Women's Euro semi-finals. De Guglielmo clears that ball away over the halfway line, and Serena Wiegmann watches on. And the ball goes out of play for an England throw.
I mean, you have to give credit to Italy. I think they've executed their game plan to a T. They've been really dangerous on the counter-attacks. They've not gone flying in. They've not made it easy for England at all. But yeah, England have created chances, but they've just squandered them time and time again.
Here goes Lucy Bronze forward to Aiman. Was she brought down there by Linari? Referee says no. All is cleared out of play. Lucy Bronze isn't happy with that. Serena Wiegmann isn't either. She spreads both arms. And it's a throw to England. It's Lucy Bronze now with a wry smile, has a word with the fourth official. And England prepare to take this throw. And I feel like after all the drama at the end of that match, Karen, everybody in this stadium, including both sets of players, is just catching their breath a little.
No, I was genuinely just exasperated. I literally was about to go home and pack my bags. Because that's
just... Well, so were England.
Well, yeah, well, clearly. But that's how it felt. I mean, I was just at the end of my tether. Couldn't really believe what I was seeing, because I mean, you have to give respect to Italy, as we mentioned, but the quality in terms of the talent on the pitch, the experience, really, England should have put this game to bed long ago.
Here goes Hannah Hampton out to the left-hand side, and Lauren Hemp. It's 1-1. And we have rather ambled our way through the first 13 minutes of extra time here as Oliviero sends the ball back, a little bit short, but Giuliani's there, good closing down from Beaver Jones. But of course, Agimang has made the impact, but Beaver Jones has looked busy as well, hasn't she, since coming on?
Yeah, I think the combination of the two is quite interesting because they're very different. So I think Michelle Agimang will kind of stay more central, kind of, again, frame the goal, just occupy the centre backs, while, you know, Aggie Beaver Jones will be allowed to sort of roam and just probe for space.
Cleared away by Italy, out for an England throw. They've got the territory, they've got the possession, but Italy look dangerous on the counter. They commit bodies forward when they do get forward. They're brave, they play with courage. They've spoken a lot about that. Nothing to lose, play lightly. So many of their players, as they win possession from that England throw and then squander it immediately over the halfway line. So many of Italy's players, Italy the dark horses for this tournament, Italy playing in their first Euro semi-final for 28 years, said they needed to execute the perfect game, and they almost did. They almost did. But that 96th minute equaliser from the super sub Michelle Agimang means we're in extra time as England come forward. Poor ball though, trickles into the penalty area, and Giuliani has it once again. Karen Bardsley.
It feels as though, yeah, you're right, Vicky. I think this will be kind of one of those halves where you're feeling your way into it. You're just kind of preparing to take all of your chances and really throw everything at the second half of extra time.
And Greggy is almost robbed by Chloe Kelly, but she evades then the challenge of Kira Walsh really well. This is a brilliant run by Greggy down the left-hand side. De Guglielmo, there's danger here for England, but she picks out probably the one dark shirt on the edge of the penalty area amidst four light green ones. And England now can come forward, and that's a good ball by Mead. And Agimang's onto it towards the area. Salvai's with her. Agimang. Can she do it again for England? Plays it into the box. Beaver Jones is there, and Toon was screaming for it because Beaver Jones had a player on her who gets the foot in. Toon was unmarked on the far side, and the chance dissipates for England, although Mead has it back, tries to dig it through once again. Chloe Kelly down to the byline, pulls the ball across, it's over the head of Beaver Jones, but will be picked up by Hemp. Italy look tired all of a sudden, struggling to clear. Here's Hemp down to the byline, ball back across again, and Giuliani this time stretches up two big white gloves and with her fingertips plucks that ball out of the sky.
Opportunity there for Agimang. Unfortunate that pass just didn't come off because Ella Toon was wide open.
And here come Italy down the other end. Cambiaghi, right-hand side of the area. They've got to stay switched on here, England, because Piemonte's in the area. Lucy Bronze has just picked that up. Italy still down the right-hand side, trying to get past Greenwood, who just about should shepherd the ball away. It's a really poor clearance. Evades the referee and just has enough strength on it to get to Beth Mead. They still don't look at all convincing, England, defensively. It's 1-1. Greenwood looks tired as well. She's on her haunches on the edge of the penalty area, and there is the half-time whistle in extra time. 1-1, and now I will say it, we are 15 minutes away once again from penalties.
So deep breaths, everybody. Nedum, Ellen are with us. Karen Bardsley, Vicky Sparks calling the action. And Nedum, I felt like even if it didn't feel like there were fireworks in that 15 minutes, perhaps people are catching their breath, it was very much played to England's pace, and that had been an issue during the regulation 90.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think you could argue maybe the last 15 or 20 in the regulation was played at England's pace in terms of the desperation of it. But Italy, I think from when they had the lead, they were in a position whereby they would attempt to bunker down. I think we've probably seen in the last half hour, 40 minutes with them, how for as good as they are, one of the weaknesses is not really knowing how to truly manage a game in possession, and I think they've become more comfortable without it. So England are kind of setting the pace as such in this period of extra time. But as you'd expect after all this time of playing football, there's some tired bodies out there, so as a consequence, the quality isn't necessarily what we'd hope it would be.
We're getting a lot of people getting in touch. Ellen John says, please don't go to penalties. I'm on heart medication. I can't cope. Elliot says, come on, girls. No one needs a repeat of those penalties. Rob, as brilliant as this team is, I'm not sure I can take another 90 minutes of this. It feels like England are certainly pushing more so than Italy. Italy look tired. 15 minutes here for England to find a winner.
No, yeah, it's I feel like I can't have penalties again, to be honest. So I feel like they need to keep pushing, to be honest. But yeah, no, they're being patient play. Agimang's doing well, stretching the line. It's just them being clinical and being able to get those balls in the box and also the bodies in the box. Agimang had that ball across. Aggie Beaver Jones just cut it out, and Ella Toon was right there. So yeah, I think it's about being patient, but then clinical when the moment comes.
So 15 minutes away from a penalty shootout, or 15 minutes for the defending champion to find an answer to send them through to a third consecutive major tournament final. There's been another change as well. Keira Walsh is off in the midfield. On comes Manchester United's Grace Clinton. Back to Karen, back to Vicky.
As Italy get us underway in this second period of extra time, and then we'll get us underway again because our referee Ivana Martincic of Croatia has said that it's not quite time to start, but now it is. So 15 minutes of extra time left. And just a word, Karen, on that change. Keira Walsh coming off, Grace Clinton, who had a penalty saved in the shootout against Sweden, coming on.
Yeah, I mean, Keira Walsh has put in a big shift. I think part of the reason that England managed to create so many of those chances was because everything was going through Keira Walsh. But listen, there's some tired legs out there. Nedum alluded to it. And one thing Grace Clinton always brings is work rate. She'll get up and down the pitch. She'll put the team on the back of her, on her shoulders, because she's got one heck of an engine.
England have got a free kick here midway through the Italy half. If you're Serena Wiegman, how much do you go for this second half and try and win it in extra time? Or how much are you wary of that threat that Italy will have on the counter and think more about possibly heading for penalties?
It's interesting. I think the more you press, the more you pull the Italian attackers back into central areas to defend. So the opportunities could potentially open up, but it depends on how they react.
So free kick to England. Kelly sends it in. It's flicked on by Lauren Hemp. Bronze is there at the far post, but it just had too much on it, that flick from Hemp, and it's behind.
I just feel like there's so much quality in this team. There's the belief there. There's a mentality. Now, I hate to say this, it feels like it's a matter of time, but you don't want to play for penalties. You want to win it outright, you know?
Well, particularly not after that penalty shootout against Sweden. I mean, let's be really honest. We've seen those England players take penalties easily and score them easily. You know, that they were absolutely solid in their penalty shootout at the World Cup a couple of years ago. Can they stop it going to penalties? Ball in, Adjimang's there, it's headed away by Salvai. Really good header inside the 6-yard box under real pressure from Adjimang. Picked up on this left-hand side by Chloe Kelly, who once again is impressed after coming on late on in this match as Greenwood sends it to Morgan in the centre circle. 14 minutes of extra time to play here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. It's England 1, Italy 1 in the Women's Euros semi-final. As Lauren Hemp goes down the left-hand side and Greggy gets the foot in, England corner.
I think we also have to remind ourselves that obviously Lauren Hemp has only just come back from injury as well, but she looks fit as a fiddle, isn't she? So she's up and down this England left-hand side all evening, and she's still going, still looking dangerous.
And England are now attacking the goal behind which the majority of their fans are camped, as Chloe Kelly swings it in high, and Giuliani, really good save. That was one of those that could have killed in straight from the corner, and Giuliani has reached out a huge glove and poured that away from almost underneath her own crossbar. It's a really, really good stop to have the strength on that hand as well. It's behind for another England corner.
Yeah, no, she saw it out, didn't she? And even Alex Greenwood just then is giving her a little bit of a tap, going, yeah, that was a great save, because it looked like it was just going to drift into that side netting, but did well to usher it away.
So Chloe Kelly over to the far side now to take this second England corner in quick succession. She loops it in high, it's towards Lucy Bronze, who heads towards goal, and Giuliani's there and will claim.
A little bit of street smarts is there as well from Lucy Bronze in terms of delaying Cambiaghi, trying to break quickly. She just gets in front of her, kind of bit of a wrestle there, slowing any sort of Italian counter-attacks.
So forward from Cecilia Salvai, Grace Clinton, lovely control from the midfielder in the centre circle, intercepting that pass, and Morgan steers it back to Hannah Hampton. Out to the left-hand side, England go. 11.5 minutes of added time to play. It's 1-1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds in the Women's Euros semi-finals. England scoring the 96th minute equaliser after another performance that just wasn't up to the standards that we know they can reach, but they kept going, and Adjimang again with that late equaliser. She did in the quarter-final against Sweden, but this time it came even later. This time it came with seconds to play, and it's why we're in extra time, and it's why we're 11 minutes away from a penalty shootout as Italy have a throw just in front of us. Karen Bartley.
Relentless pressure on the ball from Aggie Beaver-Jones, Ella Toone, Lauren Hemp, Grace Clinton just getting up to the ball, not allowing Italy a free chance to breathe and put a ball in behind.
Flicked on by Cambiaghi towards Piemonte. It's cleared away by Esme Morgan. And Chloe Kelly won't get there before Salvai. Italy latch onto it on the halfway line, and Greggi back from Piemonte. It's a good ball by Greggi to Cambiaghi. And England have to stay strong, and that's exactly what Greenwood does as Italy are forced back into their own half. 1-1 as Serena Wiegmann stands on the corner of her technical area. As Italy play it forward through Piga, chested down. 2 players down, Lucy Bronze is one of them. And I think, the decision's gone Italy's way. Wiegmann's furious. Andrea Sonchin is celebrating. He's pointing at Serena Wiegmann as well. He's pointing at Serena Wiegmann, who then looks back at Andrea Sonchin. Well, I wouldn't say it's kicking off between the managers, but at the moment there's no love lost between them. Sonchin clearly feels that Italy haven't got the rub of the green of late, but it's the light green shirts who get the advantage here, and this is a very decent position. 30 yards out, just about level with that right-hand curve of the D. And Caruso, who scored a super goal against Belgium in the opener, that was inside the penalty area. Will she go for goal? But they've got the light green shirts on the edge of the penalty area. This is danger here for England. 9.5 minutes of extra time to play. Oliviero is the option on the right-hand side. Hemp's got to keep an eye on that. 3-player England wall, but plenty of light green shirts forward for Italy as they look to retake the lead in extra time. It's dinked in, it's poor, and Hampton claims.
That's a poor free kick from Caruso. Again, squandering key moments, but it's a really confident claim. Nice direct line, takes the pressure off the back line. Well done, Hannah Hampton.
Hannah Hampton, who may once again be called upon in a penalty shootout in less than 10 minutes' time, just as it was in the quarter-final against Sweden. There's Aggie Beaver-Jones. There's a throw for England. She'll leave it for Lauren Hemp. And again, Italy working so tirelessly to close down these spaces. This has been a brilliant performance from Italy. England have rescued this period of extra time from the dark horses of this tournament. As Hemp plays it back, Greenwood's delivery into the area, bounces over everybody's head, will be collected by Lucy Bronze. Right hand side, swings it in, little deflection. Giuliani comes and claims, and now drops to her knees inside the 6-yard box. Gets up quickly though. Italy aren't playing for penalties either.
No, I think they'll definitely have belief, but I was just keeping an eye on Alex Greenwood then when she whipped that cross into the area, and she kind of bowed her head afterwards. She looks like she's getting kind of tired. It just looks like it's creeping in now.
Yeah, she looks absolutely knackered, Alex Greenwood, and again, it's going to be fascinating to see. She's a set-piece specialist, but she had a penalty saved in the shootout against Sweden, and Serena Wiegmann's mind, I'm sure, will be going to that. As that's a poor passing field from England, and Italy could burst forward here. They're over the halfway line. It's Greggi, and Italy are stretching England here. Cambiaghi picks it up, right-hand side of the area. England have to stay strong here, deep in extra time. Cambiaghi, right-hand side of the box, well marshalled by Alex Greenwood. Back out to Piga. Now Severini, edge of the area, but she can't get a shot away cleanly, and England should be able to play their way out of trouble, and they do. Ajimang has it, and Salvai will just marshal her and stop the quick counter, and Ajimang will play the ball back to Lucy Bronze, and it's 1-1, 7 minutes of extra time to play.
It's good defending, good composure. I think it was Esme Morgan that found that pass for Ajimang as well, and a lovely little touch from Ajimang to take herself away from pressure and hold possession.
Brilliant retrieval there by Lauren Hemp, because the ball out to the left-hand side had far too much on it, but she managed to control. A couple of 1-2s with Grace Clinton, and England work their way away from the Italy pressure. That's a super ball by Alex Greenwood. She didn't look tired there. Lucy Bronze plays it forward, picked up on the far side by Chloe Kelly, plays the ball into the area. It's headed away by Linari. Kelly will leave it for Bronze over on the far side. 6.5 minutes plus added time to play. England 1, Italy 1 in the Women's Euro semi-finals here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as Kelly whips the ball across, gets a deflection behind for another England corner.
Oh, it's a frustrating spell. It just needs to come to something, doesn't it? I mean, Chloe Kelly just needs to get her delivery right. The spot is in the area. Again, there's no attacking threat for Italy. Hannah Hampton's a bit higher. But please let them capitalise here.
She's higher. We should say she's not at the penalty area as she was in the last minutes of normal time. Corner swung in high. Greenwood towards the area. Bronze can't latch onto it. Ajimang trying to head it down. Might have been a handball there. It's unfortunate for Ajimang. It just bounces up and hits a very close range, but she is penalised. And it's a free kick to Italy inside their own penalty area, and we have 5.5 minutes. And again, Andrea Sonchin is fuming about something to the fourth official. And Aiman is being told to move away from the ball so Italy can take this free kick.
She's right, though. I mean, they keep creeping. The Italians keep creeping the ball outside the edge of the area, higher up the pitch, and Michelle Aiman's not having any of it.
So, Cecilia Salvi to send it forwards for Italy. Piemonte's made the run, and that's a good ball to Oliviero's early delivery. Hampton will watch it flash across the 6-yard box, and Lucy Bronze should be able to collect this and clears no nonsense Lucy Bronze style up towards halfway, as no nonsense as that penalty was against Sweden. Will we see Bronze perhaps a little higher in the order if it does go to penalties? 5 minutes of extra time to play as it's picked up by Salvi and out to the right hand side, and here goes Julie Piga forward now to Piemonte. Well, she's gone through the legs of Grace Clinton but can't get there herself and can't find a teammate, and the ball is played forward. Clinton though has lost it, and Piemonte has it once more, and it's all getting a bit harum-scarum. Here's Caruso out to the right hand side, and again Italy committing numbers forward. Oliviero's delivery should be claimed by Hampton. Oh, she's lost it, but luckily there was no green shirt near enough to her to take advantage, and it stays 1-1.
And I think with Georgia Stanway coming off and Kira Walsh coming off, I think the midfield's lost a little bit of its dynamism. Grace Clinton showing her inexperience there by not checking her shoulder.
Long ball forward from Hannah Hampton, and Aiman trying to get in here, and Aiman's into the area, and Aiman goes for the chip. It's off the bar. Oh, what a wonderful effort from Michelle Aiman. That could have won it for England late in extra time. Is there anything that this teenager can't do? What a story. What a talent she is, and now she screams her frustration to the heavens. But my word, what a gorgeous, gorgeous attempt that was here in Geneva.
Oh, she side puts it beautifully, and it looks like it's just going to sink in underneath the crossbar, and it just kisses it ever so gently and stays out. Oh, that would have been amazing.
And she flicks the ball onto Aggie Beaver-Jones, who keeps it in on the byline, and Italy is struggling to clear. They do eventually get it out of the penalty area. Out to the left-hand side they go, and Lauren Hemp towards the byline, pulls the ball back across. Oh, could that be a penalty? It is! Surely yes! It is! England have a penalty! Beth Mead's gone down, and perhaps they don't need to go to a penalty shootout, because if they slot this one away with 3 minutes of extra time to play, they could be into the final.
And obviously England's penalty taker Georgia Stanway is no longer on the pitch. And there's a little bit of discussion here as you see the replay. It's come off. It's hard to really know, isn't it?
Well, it's Severini, I think, in there with Beth Mead.
Is there a bit of a tug at one point?
She's got her arms around her. There's a big discussion going on in the penalty area. Lucy Bronze has the ball at the moment. We're not seeing any VAR check on our screen, so it looks as though this is going to stand. What an opportunity. Andrea Sonchin is furious on the touchline. And who will step up and take responsibility? Bronze has the ball in her hands. Greenwood's there too. But of course, it's going to be Chloe Kelly. Kelly, who scored the winning penalty in the shootout against Nigeria in 2023, who scored the winning penalty in the finalissima against Brazil in 2023, who scored her penalty in the shootout to keep England in the quarter-final against Sweden, now has the chance, surely from the spot, to win this semi-final and send England to the Euros final. It's Chloe Kelly against Laura Giuliani, deep in extra time. It's Kelly, the hop, skip and the jump, and Giuliani saves it, but England get the rebound! And England surely are through to the final of the European Championships. What an end to this game! Giuliani made the initial save, but England were quickest to respond. And Chloe Kelly slots the ball home, and England have turned it around against Italy, and they are heading to the final of the European Championships.
It's emotional scenes. I mean, Ella Toone is the first to respond. I mean, it was a great save from Giuliani, and Chloe Kelly is absolutely drinking in the applause. I mean, Chloe Kelly just goes to the goalkeeper's right. It's a comfortable height in terms of save. Not the best penalty, but the most important is that England are first to react.
Well, let's see who gets this final touch. Toone and Kelly both going in together. And it is Kelly who just gets there ahead of Ella Toone as they both go to strike the ball at the same time. And she is England's heroine once again. And again, England make it hard for us. England make it hard for themselves. But Chloe Kelly, when it mattered most, comes up trumps once again for the Lionesses. As this final change is made, and listen to the cheer for Jess Carter, who has had such a difficult couple of days after revealing that racist abuse she suffered online during this tournament. She's on for Alex Greenwood as Aiman races out to this left-hand side, and Oliviero then surely brings her down. The decision goes the way of England, and it's Aiman now who's raising her arms and getting the England fans involved. And England, as we enter 3 minutes of added time at the end of extra time, are on the brink of their third successive major tournament final.
You just see replays of that goal and scenes in the England friends and family section, and Scott, Chloe's husband, just looks so proud. He's really enjoying this moment.
Well, the Italian players are in tears on the bench. They cannot believe they have come so close. As Chloe Kelly just looked as though she did keep that in on the left-hand side, but the referee's given a throw to Italy, and Italy have stolen about 10 yards there with that throw. As Jess Carter clears that ball away, it looked as though it got a ricochet of Carter. It did. It will be a throw to Italy. They have got 60 seconds left to save this semi-final. They were seconds away in normal time before Aiman equalised. And they're coming forward now to try and take it to penalties. Linari's ball into the area. Cambiaghi heads it across. It's stabbed away by Grace Clinton. Anywhere will do for England. We've got 50 seconds of added time at the end of extra time to play as Italy win a throw deep in England territory. Karen Bardsley.
Incredible resilience, incredible self-belief from this England side. There's absolutely nothing in the tank in these two sides.
Here goes Salvi. Everybody forward now for Italy. This will absolutely shatter their hearts, but they can be so proud of what they've done this tournament. That's the long-term view, but short-term, this is agony for the Italians. It's agony for their fans away to our right-hand side, but it's going to be jubilation and a huge helping of relief for England. They've got a throw. They've got 10 seconds to play. As the referee blows the whistle for this throw to be taken. Cleared away by Piga, infield by Greggi. Good crunching challenge by Beth Mead. Given as a foul though, and it will be a yellow card for Mead as well. And a free kick to Italy just inside their own half. Do they have time for a final chance? I'm not sure they do.
What a bizarre game. Honestly, it's been all 6s and 7s, ups and downs, missed chances, incredible goals, fantastic scenes. And one big last push from the Italians.
So Giuliani to take this free kick. We played the minimum 3 minutes added on. Their fans, Italy, behind the goal away to our right, raise their voices once again. Giuliani, the goalkeeper, sends it long. England will clear over the halfway line. Surely that's got to be it. Still we play on. It's an Italy throw over on the far side. The referee looks at her watch. Italy take the throw, and there is the full-time whistle. England are through to the European Championship final, and this roller coaster ride for the Lionesses at Euro 2025 just keeps going. We've had the lowest of lows, we've headed for the highest of highs, but in the end the latest of late goals, the first in normal time from Michelle Aiman, that Wonder Woman super sub once again to level things up in the 96th minute, to take it to extra time, and then Chloe Kelly at the second time of asking, England's saviour, England's heroine once again, her penalty saved, but she was first to react, and England somehow have got out of jail here once again in Switzerland, and they are through to the final in Basel.
England are into the European Championship final, a third consecutive major tournament final for England's Lionesses. How did they do it? We have no words. Inexplicable at moments was that game. Ellen White, Neda Manua, Karen Bardsey and Vicky Sparks are with us. Ellen, this is not a beautiful game. That was horrible.
Oh my God, it was absolutely horrendous, wasn't it? God, we love being England fans, don't we? We like to do it the hard way, don't we? A little bit of drama, a little bit of excitement for everyone, but wow. You've got to credit the mentality, the desire, the resilience of this England team, and what an amazing achievement to reach another European final back-to-back. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I feel very proud, but wow, that was stressful to watch.
Sweet Caroline blares out on the speakers here at Stade de Genève as the entire England squad go racing over to the fans on our left-hand side, who make up a wall of white St George's flags everywhere you look, in disbelief, in ecstasy, agony. Neda Manua, there were moments of real shakiness and vulnerability. We'll go into all of them, but once again, when their backs were against the wall, England found the answer.
Absolutely they did. You know, we can talk about the changes, but the most important thing is the belief that they had on the field. And, you know, after the first time you do it, okay, that's one thing, but you take that belief into the next game. And obviously, you wouldn't want to be putting yourself in these situations again. But as they're on the field, you have a belief as a supporter, you have a belief that those people on the pitch, they can do that. It just takes a moment in time. And to go back to Michelle Aiman's finish, like, we mentioned how hard she kicked it, but still to have the composure to make sure you hit the target. That's so easy to just slice off into the crowd. But Sarina Wiegman, she knows it, she trusts her, she knows she's the right person for that moment, and we've seen that throughout these last few weeks. So it's an incredible way to get to a final. It's not been perfect, but as you start the tournament, you want to be in there with a chance to lift the trophy again, and that's exactly where they are now.
And let's start with Michelle Aiman, then Karen Bardsey, who's actually just turned away from the rest of her teammates, had a moment to herself, looked up to the sky, and then as she looked down, Sarina Wiegman, her manager, gives her an enormous bear hug. The trust she had in Aiman, another equaliser, but again with so few minutes to create that change.
She's absolutely incredible, isn't she? I mean, how do you find the words to describe what she does, what she is? You know, she just embodies this English spirit, this mentality, this belief. You know, she's instinctive, like Nedum says, you know, having the calmness in front of goal to kind of create that space for yourself, and obviously just focus on the contact, put it on target. You know, her finishing's been exquisite. Like, her goal scoring record for England has been absolutely unbelievable. You know, just causes chaos, as many people have said, but it's that crucial presence for me in those critical moments that is just, she is integral to the success of this team going forward.
Well, can we even call her a wild card anymore, Ellen? Because she makes her England debut a few months ago, scores after 41 seconds, had an impact against France, scores an equaliser against Sweden, does it again tonight against Italy to book England's spot in a European final. I mean, there'll be people calling for her to start the final.
I know, exactly. I think she's just a special player, a special human being. And she nearly actually got the winner. Her technique and her composure when she just lobbed it over the goalkeeper and it hit the bar. She's just a special player, and she plays beyond her years. The way she holds the ball up, the way she brings others into play, her composure, like Neda and Karen said, the way she used the touch to create a little bit of space, and then her finish. Yeah, she's just been absolutely phenomenal this tournament, of what she's done with the limited amount of minutes, and she's completely turned England's history basically on its head, and enabled us and helped us reach another final.
I actually thought, Naden, that almost winner from her in extra time, it had a Lauren James energy to it. The way she side-footed it, the way it sort of looped up and over. It's not the conventional ball, it's the creative ball, and it's the composure at which she hits these balls.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in that chance that she... Well, to be fair, it would be disrespectful to call it a chance. It wasn't really a chance. There's something that she did which led to the opportunity. And it started with the pace to run in behind and the strength to be able to hold somebody off. But then to see where the goalkeeper is and to have that level of finesse at that sort of speed, she was really, really good. And I think what I enjoyed the most from her today was in previous games, we've seen that whole element of, well, it's let's throw the kitchen sink at a team, let's be chaotic and so on. But when she went into extra time, I thought she led the line really well. I thought some of her movement was really good. The hold-up play was really good. The sort of chance creation as well was really good. And she looked very much at ease there. And these are big moments. It's a European Championship semi-final. You're 19 years of age. And she played in a manner like she's been there tons of times before, like some of her England teammates. So yeah, listen, she's been a star. She's been an absolute star. And I think obviously there will be conversations about will she start in the final. But I think if she does come on, you know for a fact she's going to affect the game in a positive manner.
And another star that we knew about already, Ellen, Chloe Kelly, coming on as a sub. She has a huge grin on her face as she just walks past down our commentary position. She's just been egging the fans on and on in these celebrations, but she comes on 119 minutes gone is when that rebounded penalty went in. In fact, a word on the penalty then, initially saved, and then she follows up on the rebound. But in terms of the character for a big moment, it was the right call.
Absolutely. I had a terrifying moment that I was like, can she kick it again after the goalie saves it? I had this horrible feeling that it wasn't going to count. But thankfully, she had the composure to obviously sprint and tucked it under the goalkeeper. Ella Toon was there just for backup as well. But yeah, I think just to have that composure to be able to still follow up your chance, even if the goalie had saved it. And yeah, again, she's coming to England's rescue, and she's got that mentality to come on and make a huge difference, and I'm sure there's been conversations of what she is as a sub to come on and bring something different.
I think to sort of sum up that moment as well, like she's just missed the penalty, obviously she taps in the rebound, then she jogs away telling everybody, calm down, we've got everything under control here. I was like, okay, as long as you feel okay, then so be it.
Most Chloe Kelly thing to do. And remember, she's the one who scored in extra time when England went on to win it 3 years ago. I mean, Ellen, you remember it better than any of us. Karen, I just want, though, just to play devil's advocate here. Was it a penalty? Should it have been a penalty? Didn't get a VAR check, but Mark Clattenburg on Fox said he wouldn't have given it, as it was not something he said you settle a match for.
Well, if it's a foul, then it's a foul, isn't it? And it's not like Mark Clattenburg to not be controversial. But, to be honest, we didn't get many replays up here, and it did happen quite fast. And I'll be honest, I don't care. We're into the final. So, look, teams find a way to win, don't they? Like, good teams find a way. And Georgia Stanway said it numerous times. We've been involved in it, haven't we, Ellen, in terms of you might not play the best football, but you put yourself in an opportunity to win the game. And that's exactly what England did. So, full credit to Italy as well. Like, they thought they were absolutely exquisite in the way that they approached this game, the way they kind of put themselves about. Their work rate in midfield in particular was absolutely outstanding. Their wing backs were up and down the pitch, and they thought it made it really, really tough for England. But England, I'll be honest, it felt more like luck today, and it didn't go away for long periods of time.
Yeah, I think you've got to give your flowers to Italy for what they've achieved at this tournament, the way they executed their game plan. I thought their back line were phenomenal, the crosses in the box, compact in spaces, denying England the chance to go in behind. But then they just grew tired, and obviously England's talent and the special players were able to bring on just made that huge impact and just caused chaos, which obviously happened against Sweden. So yeah, as I think they've got to hold their heads up really high, Italy, but at the end of the day England just shone through at the end, and they got the job done in the end. It doesn't have to be pretty, does it? But we got to the final, and that's all that matters.
That is very true, Ellen, but I cannot cope with these margins. I mean, you look at the penalty shootout against Sweden, 3 times England were a penalty away from going out. Chloe Kelly scores one and Sweden missed 2. 96th minute out of the 7th added on at normal time, Michelle Agyman comes up with another moment of magic, and what a star she already is. by the way, let alone what a star she's got to be, the 19-year-old. But, I mean, look, if they end up doing exactly the same thing in the final against either Spain or Germany and they win the Euros, then we'll all say, you know what, Sarina Wiegman, good on you. You know what, team, good on you. Because actually, it is all about winning at the end of the day in many ways. Yes, we want to see good performances, but this is tournament football and finding a way. And I think you're right, there is so much credit to be given to the players out there that they keep finding a way. But it's so easily against Sweden, and it's so easily tonight could have gone the other way. And I think now, as England start to look towards the final, whether it's Spain, whether it's Germany, are England, for the third game running, going to get away with fine margins in that match? Because, you know, getting to the final is a big achievement, but England want to win this tournament. They came here as the defending European champions. Sarina Wiegman's looking to win the Euros for the third time in a row and become only the second manager to do that. Can they get away with it again, or do they need to find a way to make those margins less fine?
Oh, we do love the drama though, Vicky, don't we?
My voice is gone.
She has.
I love hearing your
on
voice
the
go so
water.
loud.
Thank you. Well, I'll tell you what, honestly, that Aiman goal, I think for us as commentators as well, it's a release of tension too, because you're building it and building it and building it and building it, and then suddenly you think, oh, she's done it again, I cannot believe this. And of course the equaliser against Sweden was late, but that was 96 minute late, that was final seconds late. That was me thinking, right, what am I going to say at full time when England have gone out, and how do we praise Italy? And then suddenly, you know, thankfully from an England perspective, you rip it all up and you go again in extra time.
Well, and actually on that, I started writing my notes, Nadem, for if England were going to lose, because, I mean, Italy, credit to them, we're seconds away from snatching that. One of the biggest upsets in European Championship history, undoubtedly their biggest result in their history. And what I've written down here is, should Sarina Wiegman not have known that Italy were going to play as they did in that final 15 minutes, you know, stop-start, the fouls, the easy going down, the cram, should those changes have come sooner? I've written complacency, question mark. I don't know if that's too harsh. It's certainly something Wiegman talked about beforehand.
Yeah, I don't think it's complacency. I always find that quite a tough thing to say from this side of the fence, because while you're playing in a game, you get very much caught in the emotions of something. And I think sometimes as well, as a player, I don't know if like Ellen would agree and KB as well, like you can see a team on video, but it feels very different when you're out there playing against them, because all of a sudden there's a different sense, there's different pressures, different things that have happened within the game itself. Like, how are they emotionally reacting to things that are going on? You know, how do they feel about the decisions of the game? Like, I think the manager, Sonchin, doesn't think it's a penalty, so he's worked up on the sideline. The players are worked up on the sideline. You know, the little decisions affecting the way they're going. And then for you as England as well, how do you feel within that moment? So I wouldn't say it's complacency, but I think overall, like, the credit that I truly give to them is I thought they played really well as an underdog. I think today we haven't seen the best of England overall, but it's a tough thing to say, like, nobody said it yet, and I hope nobody says it, to say that England weren't the better team on the day, because they were. And I think they got the moments that led to them getting to their deserved position. So, yeah, I think Italy were great, but the tear's going to be there, because unfortunately there's a reason why they were dark horses and not one of the favourites, because they couldn't manage some of those bigger moments, especially in tournament football, like we've seen in England across the last two tournaments.
I mean, speaking of big moments as well, you know, for me it was really incredible to see Jess Carter get on the pitch as well, and there's been, you know, so much support here in the stands, in the ground. We've seen, you know, banners in terms of "Go Jess," you know, things like that, and the actual cheer that she got when she came on was huge. So there's more to it at stake than just football as well, which is a big piece.
That's so true. She's faced racist abuse online this week, and massive cheers in the stands today, and the 16th minute as well, which is her shirt number, and a few minutes played as well. Right, Gary Flintoff is in the tunnel with Ella Toon.
I am indeed. Thank you, Katie. I have to say that Ella looks as if she's given absolutely everything tonight, but it's been worth it because you're in the final.
Yeah, definitely worth it. We said when we stepped out onto the pitch today that we would give absolutely everything, and by the end of it we'd be dead on our feet, and that's exactly what we are. But we grafted and we got the goal that we needed at the end, and yeah, buzzing, we're in another final.
Michelle, Aiman is literally just stood to your right. I mean, were you beginning to doubt, or did you always believe that moment would come?
You always believe it. We're England. we fight right till the very end. You've seen that already this tournament, and when you've got players who can come on off the bench and impact a game like we have, you've always got that belief. And yeah, Mish deserves that. She's been a star this tournament at coming on and changing the game, and yeah, it's an amazing feeling for her, but for the whole team as well. So yeah, we're delighted with that, and off to a third final in a row.
And of course, Chloe Kelly comes on again, and Chloe Kelly does what Chloe does, and even when she has the penalty saved, she's still the first player to get there. I mean, can you put into words what she did again from the bench today?
Yeah, again, another game changer who's come on a few times in this tournament and really changed the game and impacted the game. Same as tonight, we're very confident when Chloe steps up and takes a penalty, and even though she missed the first one, she was right there, took it off my toes.
You were almost there.
I was almost there. Some of the girls thought it was me, but she can have it. She deserves it. She's been amazing this tournament for us, coming off, changing the game, and yeah, that's what the whole squad's about. And yeah, we're absolutely over the moon.
I'm sure you'd like to say, it's going to be easier in the final, but of course it's a final, isn't it? And whoever you play, I mean, that is going to be, again, an exceptionally tough game.
Of course, it's going to be a tough game no matter what. It's a final, and, people put on big performances in finals, and that's what we're going to have to do. It's going to be a tough game, but, yeah, one that we're really looking forward to. We turn up in finals, and, yeah, we're excited about it, and we've got to make sure that we recover from, again, 120 minutes, is it? But yeah, like I say, we're over the moon and dead on our feet.
Have you got enough energy to celebrate tonight?
I mean, I don't think my calves have, but yeah, I'll give it a good go after I've had doping again for the second time. Yeah, so I'm not very happy about that, but yeah, we'll celebrate tonight. We deserve to put in a big shift and yeah, make sure that we enjoy this moment, but make sure that we prepare properly for the final and make sure that we recharge, because yeah, the girls have put in a big shift tonight.
Lots of fluids. Many congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ella.
I mean, what a shift from Ella Toon there, Nadem. She lets Chloe Kelly get the winner. She has to go through anti-doping. It's going to be a long old night. But that's the key thing. She says, we always have the belief. And I actually picked out a quote from you the other day on 5 Live. You said it's tough not to believe in them when they have that belief in themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done it so many times now that, why would you think they're not going to be able to do it? At times, it's almost a shock when they don't do it. Even in the very first game of the tournament, that France game, I had a belief that they were going to do it, even though they'd not been great throughout the majority of that game. And they were close to doing it as well. So I'm very much a believer in them, believer in the manager, the changes that they make. And at times, obviously it's different for KB who's played, for Ellen who's played, so they're very much played for them to be deeply involved in it. But from a footballing perspective, they're a team which at times feel like a team of destiny because they have a way to do things. And it's not perfect, it's very much up and down, but it seems to be finishing with the up. And I think the point that was made there from Ella, that's 3 finals in a row. For England at any level, that's incredible. For these women, this is incredible. And it's not just down to luck. Obviously luck plays its part in some ways, but they're a good enough team. They have the quality. They have opportunities. Italy had opportunities. Did they take them? Well, no, because they didn't have the quality that England have, the structure that England have, the belief that England have, and the fact that they know this is their title to defend. And this is a team that played in a World Cup final not too long ago. So out there on the field against anybody, they fear nobody. And believe as long as there's time on the clock, then, you keep on going because good things can happen.
Well, these are some quotes in Ellen from Lucy Bronze speaking to TV after that win. She says, there's always criticism of this team, but how often has a team made 3 straight finals and won one of them as well? I don't care who we face next. Both teams are great. It'll be France or Germany. That semi-final tomorrow. In fact, we'll get your thoughts in a moment. Back to Gary in the tunnel.
Thank you, Katie. Yes, I have to say, there's a fantastic smile on the face of the England captain, Leah Williamson. I would imagine, though, you weren't smiling all evening, but that was quite the finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I'm annoyed that we got ourselves into the situation we were in again, but it just feels like turning that around is just inevitable, and the girls are just incredible.
We should pay tribute to Italy, shouldn't we? Because, I mean, they probably played the game of their lives this evening.
They had a game plan, they executed it, everybody in their team was hot on it. In contrast to first half, I think we had a few miscommunications, a few hairier moments than needed to be, but they were just so drilled and so relentless with it. So, congratulations to them for a fantastic tournament, but we needed to win today. We did, and we found a way.
Serena often says, well, in fact she says all the time, that off the bench you have quality. Once again, I mean, Beth obviously comes on, wins the penalty right at the end, but Chloe Kelly and Michelle Adjeman, I mean, can you sum up their contributions in this tournament so far?
You don't win a tournament with 11 players or 13, 14, 15. You win it with 23. Everybody in this team plays their role down to a T, and I think that's testament to it. And do you know what? Those girls deserve the spotlight, and we'll give them their flowers, because they turn up and they did it, and I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy to call them both my teammates, or all three of them my teammates, the ones that you mentioned, at club and country. But every single person, every little cog in the wheel, I'm so proud in these moments, because I know what we do, and I know how much you guys don't see, and those girls step up and they take their moment. I'm so proud of them.
Let me ask you this question though. It's a fairly serious question, but you know a lot of the nation are going, Serena, make the change, make the change, make the change. Are you sort of along with that? Do you sort of understand what they're saying, or do you believe absolutely 100% in the woman who's just stood to my left-hand side here?
I don't think any of us question that. I think everybody just, like I say, you play your role that you're asked to do until you're not asked to do it anymore. And when those girls come, you know that they're going to be ready, and you know that they will come at some point. So, yeah, just unwavering belief in just sticking to your task and doing it, like I say, until either you can't or she takes you off.
And I suppose the reason is it's yet another final for this England team.
Yeah, that's not sunk in for me yet. The game had too much going on, but it is another final. An opportunity, again, another opportunity for us to go out and make our country proud. Celebrate what football is all about in a final.
And I know you'll believe again, won't you?
Yeah, we take that with us. Football's football, anything can happen, but we go in with knowing exactly what we're required to do and trying everything in our power to deliver to the best of our ability.
Once again, great drama. We cannot knock you for that, I'll tell you, with this tournament.
In the stadium are getting their money's worth in the tickets, that's all I'm saying.
Well done tonight. Congratulations, you're in the final once again.
Thank you.
That was Leah Williamson, the captain, with Gary Flintoff. Plenty getting in touch, wishing it hadn't been quite so stressful. Although Ellen Peter from Durham says playing badly and still winning, maybe that should be playing badly in part and still winning. That's the mentality of champions. And I loved what Williamson had to say there. She says now that final is an opportunity, which England can grab with both hands.
Absolutely, and she spoke about that unwavering belief that the team have collectively as a group. And not just the 23 players that are there, but the staff as well, and the staff around them, and then also the fans. The fans in that stadium, I wasn't there, but that sounded amazing, the atmosphere. So, yeah, it's a huge opportunity for these players to potentially win another European trophy, which is mind-blowing, but an opportunity to make, like she said, England proud, and also inspire some incredible young people to play football, to create memories, and that's what it's about. Football's for everyone at the end of the day.
And that is what 2022 did, and that was the watershed moment, the light bulb moment for women's football in England. It took off after that. Karen, England are in the final. I'm going to keep saying it. We're allowed to say the F word now. Our engineer Rob has been making us call it match day 31, but it is now the final. I can confirm. And it will be Germany or Spain in that final. And that's quite key, because that's either a rerun for England of the World Cup final, or it's a rerun of the European final.
They won't care who they're playing. And Ellen, you can back me on this, right? I mean, they're in the final now. Spain, obviously quality. They've been quality throughout. I think it would be a tasty rematch, obviously, with the way that World Cup final ended, and the fact that, England beat Spain in the Nations League as well will give them plenty of confidence. But based on this team, this tournament, it's the mindset that makes the difference. So I think they'll go into this next final full of self-belief that they can beat whichever opponent they face. Obviously, both will be slightly different challenges, but they're certainly up for it.
Right, the England boss is in the tunnel. Serena Wiegman with Gary Flintoff.
She is indeed. Thank you, Katie. Serena, many congratulations. This is going to make some movie one day, isn't it?
Yeah,
You were going to make a movie someday. Yeah. Well, this is a movie. My goodness. No, it's unbelievable. We didn't play very good first half. Tempo was too low. They scored a good goal, and against Italy, when they are up, then it's even harder to break down. And they defended really well tactically. I thought they did really well. I think the second half we played better, but still, we didn't score. So we had to change again and bring in fresh players and change the shape a little bit. And then it was Michelle again who scored the 1-1 in the extra time. So that was good, and just in time. And of course, at the end of the extra time, we got the penalty. I haven't seen it back. I don't know what really happened, but
arms around Beth Mead, I think, from the defender.
Yeah, okay. Well, of course, they were really tough, and they defended with their lives. But we found a way again, and I'm so relieved, happy, proud of the team, and we go again on Sunday for another final.
In terms of Michelle, I mean, she's so young, and to have that composure inside the penalty area with everything going on around her, I mean, how much of a tribute would you like to pay to her?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that in the penalty area, but also when she's a target player, to keep the ball, and she's so young, but she's so mature and she learns so quick. So one or two things you speak about, and then she takes it on board straight away, and she puts it on the pitch, and it's incredible. What a talent.
Now let me ask you this, because there'll be millions around the country going, Serena, we need to change it, we need to change it, we need to change it. Why do you wait, and why do you always believe that you'll make the change at the right time?
I don't know if I make the change on the right time. Yes, we wait, and it has impact, and of course then when you score you need to get back in another shape. That also meant that Tempo had to go down as a fullback position. I think she can play that anyway. We waited because we thought we played well. We thought we did get some chance with just the final touch and finding the edge. There was the space, we thought. And so that's why we waited, actually.
Well, it worked again, and I have to say, what does it mean to be in yet another final? I mean, it's an astonishing record, even before England, but since arriving at England, another final for this England team.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it's a bit surreal. Playing finals is so special, and it's not given to...